Hello. I almost said hello Reaperland, but it's hello
Wait, hold on.
Reaper Miniatures.
Oh, we're a small segment of Reaperland.
Yeah, we're a subset, I guess.
Yes, right. We're right near the talent portion, but not the talent.
Welcome to Reaper Miniatures. This is Reaper Errant, which is our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game stream. There's an actual Justin today. I'm guessing he's going to fiddle with that camera all night because he's uncomfortable looking at himself. But
yeah, the best way to do this would be if I'm not in frame. In all honesty, that's
Sibstorm, I did not cut the beard. I just want to be clear. I have moved to lapel microphones so I can move around the table for this because our camera operator is away and I need to be able to talk while I'm away. So I had to put the beard in a beard bun. I would not cut my beard, but it is made to look still like a beard and tucked up. The beard is within the beard. It's a beard in a beard. It's sort of a beard bun beard. It's bigger on the inside beard.
Wow.
So we probably shouldn't make any comments about tucking.
Yeah.
No.
All you want. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's don't ask him to explain anything ever again. That was something.
Yeah.
My head's still swimming.
Frank, can you explain tucking a little bit more?
Oh
Sure.
boy.
No problem.
Oh boy.
I hope you mean the beard, but we could talk about either
Oh
version.
yeah. That's what he meant.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Gene's got his stuck better though. Look at him. Look
Mute
at Gene's
Proctor
beard.
and let's play D&D.
Yeah.
That's a 4-foot beard. You just can't tell because he's got it all inside of the other
right.
beard, inside of the other beard, or whatever you said.
Yeah, he tucked it back.
That's all it is.
That's
So
Paul.
we
Proctor is the best. He sucked his all in.
it's amazing how Proctor did it.
Right.
We'll get to D&D, but mostly we're just enjoying
Not
it.
tonight.
Well, I don't know what Justin
We've
titled
all
this.
had those sessions.
I don't know if he titled this D&D. I think he said the notification I got said something about D&D extraordinaire, but I don't know.
That's got to be you or Justin. It's one of the two of you. It's not us.
It's definitely not me. I can confirm.
I'm going to let everybody
Okay.
introduce
So it's you, Frank.
themselves, though, before I begin. And I'm going to start in reverse this time. We're going to go from the bottom right, left, right, left, right, left, all the way to the top. I might be picking on Justin because it's the first time he's on camera. He deserves a little bit of heat. Justin, you want to tell us about yourself and the character you're playing?
Surprising, no?
Yeah, on the spot. I'm a wizard, and I have a particular vendetta against door frames. And that's about it. I don't have much depth yet. Can confirm. Thank you, Rhonda. My partner in crime is both Proctor and Rhonda, better known as. I really wish I knew these characters' names better, but
Well, we're about to learn that. What's your character's name?
ooh, man, put me on the spot.
That shouldn't be a hard question.
Make one up quick.
It's Pugh.
Quiven.
If you don't come up with one, we're going to
No,
come
no,
up with
no.
one for you.
It's Ivan.
Queefer,
You
right?
don't say the Q. Just like you don't say,
Ivank? Ivanka? No, what are you saying when you don't
No,
say
it's Ivan. It's Ivan with a Q.
Okay, Ivan with
Okay.
a Q. Thank you. Rhonda?
Most common spelling. I am Rhonda Bender, and I'm playing a tiefling magic person. Maybe I have a patron. Get the magic somewhere. Don't like to talk about it. And I try to not let him light everything on fire. I guess. Actually, we want him to light more things on fire.
Yeah,
Better
things,
things.
just
More
well,
better
people,
things
not
on
things,
fire.
I guess.
Doors.
It's
Just doors and trees.
Oh,
forgot
and
about the
Frank,
tree.
there was a question if there is a cocktail for the evening when it gets to your introduction.
Okay. I'll cover that at the end then. Michael, tell us about it.
Hello, my name is Michael Proctor, and I play Abran, the Wood Elf Ranger. I have a little bit of an anger management condition. I'm trying to work through that, but I'll hack through things as I sort through my inner demons.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Jason?
Let me see. I am Ed McGinty, and I'm playing a 17th level astropath from the Carillion subgalaxy.
Wow. Holy crap.
Sounds like a Star Wars crossover.
Oh, wait, I messed up. Corncob Thunderbludgeon is who I'm playing. A dwarf cleric, actually, a nature cleric.
Awesome. And Gene?
Hi, I'm Gene Van Horn. I am playing Gooseneck, the lizard folk barbarian, and I like to make things out of bones.
You ever made a lamp?
I don't think we've given you an appropriate ability to do that yet either, Gene. I'm sorry.
I have the ability.
No, I mean we haven't given you the opportunity.
Oh yeah, I know. I need some dead bodies. Maybe.
We've been avoiding killing things.
We should kill more things. We should kill more things.
Well, it might be coming. And Bobby.
Be careful what you ask for.
I'm Bobby Jackson. I'm playing Pugh, the mighty and indomitable gnome bard. Pugh. Pugh is the way we in Gnomeville pronounce it. And I am armed with a war shawm.
Awesome. Okay. I am Frank. I'll be the DM for this game. I DM on Nightheart Gaming. There was a question from Sibstorm about a cocktail. So I do not have a special cocktail this evening. I'm drinking just a nice, simple Woodford Reserve bourbon. I did make a cocktail last night called S'mores. I will quickly rattle this off. I think you can get to it if you want to. Justin gave me no reason not to tell you, but the S'mores drink is 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of creme de cacao, 3/4 of an ounce of heavy whipping cream. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Then a honey simple syrup, which is basically 2 parts water, 1 part honey, warm, mixed. You need about 1/2 ounce of that. You dry shake that, not with ice, because water is the bane of this drink. And after you dry shake it, pour it into a cocktail glass. Pinch of cinnamon. Gotta have the cinnamon there. And then strain into a cocktail glass. Put a little bit of brown sugar or any kind of demerara sugar over the top. That's it. You got something that tastes like a s'mores. And a splash of an Islay Scotch if you want the campfire feeling. There you go. There's a thematic drink.
That sounds good.
That's awesome.
Sounds great, but this is a drink you're not drinking.
No, I drank it last night. I'm sorry. Right now, it's just simple, a nice, neat pour of Woodford Reserve.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'd go for the Woodford myself instead of all that other stuff.
Sometimes you just want a simple drink. So when we last left Reaper Errant and the adventurers, they had huddled down safely into an abandoned temple of Okara. They had ventured out through a secret passage in the cellar that came up around a tree. They had an encounter with a troll, noticed a skull, defeated the troll, ran back into the cellar because it is not a hospitable world and they needed to catch their breath. But they wanted to take note of that troll. And so I'm assuming we're going to pick up with them, or not the troll, but the skeleton they saw under the tree. I'm assuming we're going to pick up with them, going back to the tree to examine the skeleton.
We spent the night in the temple, long rest, right?
Yes, you all get a long rest.
Okay. I will. Is there a particular skill or something that might help one search a skeleton?
Investigation.
Who's got a good investigation then?
Oh, I'm not bad at that.
I've got a +3.
I got a
around a
+1.
little. I got a +4.
Hey. Ooh, +4. Go fondle the skeleton.
It sounds like Fathom should be rolling.
Well, you guys are going to back me up, right? Keep an eye on
of course.
rolls and whatnot.
I'll support her.
Yeah. If the troll's mate
All right.
eats you,
I got 10.
10. Okay.
Sweet.
This there's nothing particularly odd about the skeleton. However, you do find that it has a fairly fancy-looking dagger on it. Other than that, it seems to be as though it was clothed in very simple garb that's mostly rotted off it now, but might have had. It's kind of the wildlife is maybe torn at it a bit, so it's not super clear, but it might have had some light leather armor on as well, like you might see on a scout or a light ranger or something.
A ranger, huh?
does it have
Well, as it
troll teeth marks?
happens, I can detect magic. So I would like
Good
to check
job.
out that dagger.
Okay. You is that a long casting spell? Is that like a 10-minute cast, or is it instant for you?
It says at will, but I guess it is still 10 minutes. So I will consult with the group if we wish for me to wait until that later.
You seem
No, we're
fairly
good.
safe. Okay.
Cast away.
I think it's probably a good idea.
All right. I'll do the
There
whatnot.
is a very faint
Okay,
magical
I'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh, no, wait.
aura around it. It seems like an aura that projects a divination class of magic.
This is the dagger.
It is the dagger, yeah.
I wave it at some of these guys. What happens?
So you're holding the
Detect
dagger?
what they are. Yeah.
Stab Proctor and see if you can divine him dying.
Are you waving or brandishing? Because there's a difference.
No, waving. I'm checking the divining, I'm not getting ready to stab anybody.
Okay.
Be careful who you're waving that at.
I don't know. My perception isn't very good.
Gene, I'm going to give you inspiration. That was a great lizard folk voice.
All right. Just pocket the knife and stab something with it later. We'll see if it's
Okay.
cursed.
I'll hang it on my belt, so it's
Okay.
an easy reach if it starts detecting anything, divining anything.
And what
Right.
was the shape of the armor? Was it the leather armor was in
Oh, it was bad shape.
lame
it was,
shape?
It was
Bad
not
shape? Okay.
in good shape. It's been ripped
But
off and torn
This
and
seems
chewed
like
on.
this may have been one of your compatriots once upon a time.
They were no.
Is there any way to
kin
tell
me.
how old, since this leather seems to be rotted away or torn apart?
Swamp is very humid and moist, and things sort of break down quickly, but make a nature check.
Oh, I have that. At only a -1.
Everybody or just
It seems like Jason might be the only one interested, but Corncob
I'm
is
just trying to figure out. Yeah, let me grab another dice instead of.
all right, corn cob.
All right,
You
so I
can't-
got
do you need
17
any of
minus
these
1 is
bones?
16.
16. It looks to be at least a few seasons old. It's not fresh.
Okay. So it's not fresh,
Nope.
everybody. Seems like it was last year or season, whatever seasons are.
But we couldn't see any troll teeth marks or obvious wounds or embedded arrowheads or cause of death type forensic evidence.
No. It's there's not really any flesh to see if there were wounds on top, and there's no damage to the skeleton itself.
Okay. All right. We scored a dagger. I say let's go stick it in a witch.
Seems like
Well,
a good plan.
All right. There is a road
Let's
that
roll.
clearly lines you up. What is your walking order down this? Now, it's an abandoned road. It's not the best shape, but it's at least out of the swampier areas, and it continues deeper. What is your walking
I'll take
order?
second.
Okay. Corncob is second. Who's first?
I'll point.
Abrin?
Right in front of.
Yeah.
What's
I'll run
who's
point.
got a good perception?
I have +2.
Yeah, while we're doing this, let's get your passive perceptions down.
I
We'll
have
get
a
this.
+3.
Abrin, what's your passive?
Passive perception is a 12.
Okay. Corncob, what's your passive?
Where is that? I can't remember.
Uh,
Where's my
under
passive?
your
Second box
saving
down.
throws.
I don't see it. I'll find it out. Ask somebody else.
Okay. Pugil, what's your passive perception?
11.
So Jason,
Yes.
look at your strength and go straight down. Left side, go, strength, and then the box with the strength, dexterity, constitution.
Oh,
is that next
saving
to that
throws?
second box down. Yeah.
Oh,
What's
I
that?
was reading
Yeah, it's
passive
right up below
wisdom. Okay, no, passive wisdom. So my passive perception is 13.
Okay. Fathom, what's yours?
9. I'm not very perceptive.
Ivan.
Minus 12.
Gooseneck.
13.
13. Okay. So we all kind of know, and in the lead, taking up. Let's get a good view of you all taking through this. There's your slightly down the road sort of look about it.
Looks good.
Abrin, Corncob, let's see. Yeah, I've got Abrin, Corncob, Pugil, Ivan, Fathom, and Gooseneck. Are you okay with that walking order?
Sounds good to me.
Good to me.
Seems
All
good to
right.
me. Soft in the belly. Where it should be.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. Now, you know they're not great from experience, but you do see in the distance behind you, you're walking away from them, you do see those lights flicker on and off again, those lights that you saw coming.
Those damn lights.
Yep.
Actually, Ivan, you and I should probably take this moment to cast some mage armor on ourselves.
Good call.
All right.
I will begrudgingly do it because I'm not blowing something up, but I understand that I can't blow stuff up if I'm dead.
Fair enough. So both of you cast mage armor. All right. The swamp is pretty murky. Abrin, make a survival check. You're the leader. You're kind of navigating their way through. Let's see how well you help them out.
So I have a +2 in survival, so a total of 16.
Okay. Everybody, you stay mostly dry. It doesn't get too slurky or nasty. And about midday, actually, I better roll some perception checks. Hold on a second. Oh. About midday, it seems about the driest you've been in an area. And you've come up to a part of the road that is got a lot of growth over it. It's quite likely that you might need to either get off of the growth or off of the road to go around the growth, or sort of push through it, hack through it. It's become a bit difficult for you to move through. So I guess the question really is, do you want to move off into the swampier waters, or do you want to just sort of a little more slowly but drier push through what's on the road?
How deep was the
And
swamp?
it's just real.
Didn't somebody say we should stay on the road when we were
Yes.
investigating how to go out
Yeah.
there? Stay on the
Yes.
path.
I think we should stay on the road.
Maybe we should stay on the path.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and to answer your question, Aberrant, if you go out there, it's at least mid-thigh deep.
Yeah, which is above Pujols' head.
Well, I mean, he can get it. It's more like at his neck.
Yeah,
He can ride on your back.
Snorkel. Yeah,
That's going to be uncomfortable for him.
You might have to tuck your
I
beard,
find
Pujo.
yeah. I find a
problem.
stick and I craft a snorkel, a crude snorkel for Pujol.
All right.
No, but we stay on the path, and I'll pull out my sword and start hacking through.
Okay. Yeah.
If
So
need
you
be.
start swinging. We're going to move. We're going to change just a little bit. Because as you start swinging through, everybody roll initiative for me.
Uh-oh. Let's see if I can do this right.
Abrin,
15.
Corncob,
15.
Pugil,
5.
Fathom,
13.
Ivan,
19.
Gooseneck.
Good job, Ivan.
6.
Okay. Ivan,
We love it when Ivan goes first.
you are
Those trees better prepare themselves.
unfortunately. Let's go here.
Oh, gosh.
Before you get the chance to actually even go, but you do see it about to happen, so it doesn't necessarily surprise you. Everybody else is completely surprised as, I don't know. Don't think anybody's going to enjoy this. But that's okay. As these spiders start just swarming up to you
Oh boy.
from off of the side of the road. And they have waited
On the road.
for you to get amongst them a little bit before they peek up out towards you. And so basically, if I give a quick rundown of how this works, Ivan, you are not surprised, but you're not able to act. They were completely hidden from your view.
Oh boy.
But you get to see this before anybody else. It's sort of like slow motion horror. Everybody's talking, chatting, jovial, as much as you can be through the swamp. And you just see these spiders come out of nowhere. And start just, poor Abrin. He's going to get a couple.
Do something.
So they're not trying to make friends.
No, not at all.
Do it, crisp. Spider bacon.
So Abrin, we have 3 of them that come right up to you. First one is a 15 to hit you on a bite.
That hits.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 15 armor class. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Before I do damage, the second one is a 6, and the third one is an 8, so they're not going to hit you. The first one that just snuck up right, 7 points of piercing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ouch.
Oh. Ouch is right.
So Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Is that just a... Okay, here it is. Sorry. I got a 20. I got a 19 plus 1. 20.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you feel a bit of poison being injected by the spider.
Uh-huh.
And you end up taking 5 points of poison damage, even though you saved
Oh, gosh.
as well.
Bury him
Holy
before he
smoke.
stinks, boys.
Well, so I lost 12 points total there.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Corn Cob, 2 of them are coming after you in this. They sneak up from the side. That's a 5 to hit, a 12, and an 8. Do any of those hit you?
No.
Okay. And then one of them, Pugil, is back as far as you are. That is a 20 to hit.
Oh, I shouldn't have been fooling with that stupid snorkel.
Pugil, in the midst of your snorkel carving, it's 7 points of piercing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Jeez.
They mistaken for a little bug.
I rolled an 18 plus 2.
Okay.
That's
So
20.
it saves. So even though you feel the poison, it's much like Abram. The poison starts coursing through you, but you don't succumb fully to it. So in your case,
Pumping
you
it
take
right back out.
3 points of poison damage
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
on top.
What's my total?
It
damage?
was 7 plus 3, so 10.
Ow. Oh. Dang. You better start carving a little tombstone for Pugil.
Ugh.
What can we do with your bones?
They're very small.
Abram.
Maybe a wind chimes. Maybe a nice set of wind chimes.
So the odd thing is, it's not necessarily your turn. Just because of the way this went down, you suddenly acknowledge that they're there. Same thing for Corncob, Gooseneck, Pugil. You all are sort of now back active, back in the real world where the spiders are attacking you. And it is Ivan's turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile. That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's get
At the 3 spiders that are attacking old Proctor there, better known as Abram.
Pretend they're doors.
There's no Proctor here. Yeah.
Well, these are magic missiles. I can't mess these up if I wanted to.
well.
I mean-
I mean maybe.
Just
Pretend
wait
they're doors.
Okay.
until you find out it enlarges the spiders.
Oh no. So for this, let's see here.
Is it one at
Do I
each
roll-
spider?
Yes, it is. Is that 3 different 1d4? That is, right?
Yes, it's always 1d4 per missile,
Missile.
plus
Okay.
1 for each one. Or is it
Want to
plus
get
1
them
or
good
plus
and
2?
pissed.
I think it is +1. Let's see.
Okay.
Just to make sure. Yep, +1. Says, yeah, because I'm not scaling it because I'm not at that level yet. Let's get all this dice out, of course. All right.
And nothing
See, we
like being
did-
prepared.
We did 3 damage, 3 damage, and 2 damage. I'm sorry. So 4, 4, and 3. 4, 4,
Awesome
and 3.
job.
4, 4, and 3. All right.
Yep.
Awesome shots, Yvonne.
Thanks.
See, it had the doors
Abraham.
left, didn't it?
Just visualizing doors and trees.
Visualizing the door.
So, all right, 4. 4.
Oh, hey, Ann. How you doing? Ann's
Hello,
in chat.
Sidley. She is on the road. She's traveling to California to pick up my son.
Ah.
And then 4, 4, and 3. All right. Okay. Now these spiders, it is devastating when they get the drop on you like this, because Abram, they are attacking you still again before you get another chance to swing yourself.
That's devastating.
It is. That is a 14, a 14, and a 20. Did those hit you?
The last one does.
The last one does. Okay. That. And by the way, this damage is brought to you by Reaper's Pizza Dungeon dice. That's 4 points
Got a
of
good
piercing.
set.
4 points of piercing damage.
Ron is
Okay.
conspiring against us.
I just toss mine in a can now. That I'm not using these sons of bitches.
and make a make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So I got a 15.
Okay. You're also able to save the Constitution, which means you take
Press.
half, which is 3. That's. How are you doing? Are you up still after that?
Yeah, I'm still up. I took 7 more points of damage, right?
Yep.
So I have 3 hit points left.
Oh. Okay. Corncob. 2 of these spiders on you. That's a 9 and an 8 to hit you.
Nope, sorry.
All right. Pugil. A 9 to hit you.
No.
Okay.
What?
And now it is finally Abrin's turn.
So I have my long sword out, and these guys are obviously all over me, so I still have to continue to use that, right?
Yeah, they are all over you.
You brought your can of whoop
I'm
ass,
gonna-
didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm rolling. Let's see. I got a 19 plus.
Oh,
So 19 total, and then that would be 8 points of damage.
Oh, that spider is cleft in 2 with bits of spider
Greased him.
insides all over the place. We're going to take this one out.
We need a sound effect.
There is. You need a sound effect.
There we go. It's a good one. Good one. That's even better.
And there's still 2 at your feet. Anything else, Abrin?
I can only attack once, right?
I think so, yeah.
Can I move away from them at all? Can I separate myself from them? Are they just latched
You are
onto me?
so trapped in the combat with them, they're all over you, that you would have to use your full action to try to dodge
Yeah.
away from them. Otherwise, they'd get to attack you.
Sure. Yeah, I'm good. That's
Corn
all I
cob.
can do.
I'm going to cast Charm Animals and Plants. So they'll
Ooh.
need to save or be
what-
charmed for 1 minute.
What does my save DC need to be?
13.
13. Okay, I can do that. Let's see how we do. Well, that's a save. That's a 15 for all the glaring that you can't see. And is that a group or an area effect? Or
Yep.
is it just one?
Anything that I can see.
Okay, so they're all going to have to save. All right,
Yes.
let's find out. That is a save. I'm starting with the ones around you. I'm radiating out before that. So Pugil. What kind of save was it again?
DC 13. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay.
And I know spiders are really wise.
Wiser than you might think. Pugil, this one saves.
That's what I
on
think
you.
when I say, oh, there's a wise creature of God.
The 2 on Abran, neither of those save. So, Corncob, the 2 on you and the 1 on Pugil did not take effect. But the 2 that are up on Abran sort of take notice of the spell. Is there
How long
anything you
does
want
this
to
spell last?
say or do?
It lasts for a minute, and I'm trying to charm them. So I'm going to charm them to go back where they came from.
Oh, wow.
The 2
okay.
that I can affect or whatever.
Yeah, make an advantage. Do you speak anything?
No, it just says I charm them.
Okay. So there would be.
So I don't. They have
Is it
some
like
kind
a
of
snake
understanding.
Charm.
Remember, these
they
are
bat their
super
little
wise
spider eyes at
fucking
you?
spiders.
They appear to be friendly towards you, although you don't have a good source of communication. So you're not sure exactly what's going to happen, but they are paying more attention to you than Abrin now.
Okay. Whatever, how
Not in a bad way.
okay.
They wave their little pedipalps at you, Jason.
Oh, nice. Pedipalp concerto.
Fathom, you can see this all going down from near the back. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to cast a minor illusion of the sound of a forest fire.
Ooh. All right.
Worth a shot.
So
Yeah.
they would have to make a successful investigation check against my spell DC.
Even if they wanted to try to
Smartest damn spiders I've
figure it
ever
out, which I don't think they're going to try to figure it out, make an Arcana check. See if you've got the persuasiveness, sort of.
Well, I rolled a 1, which means a total of 5.
As I recall, yeah. So that's not the best roll. So the sound goes up, and they do believe it is a forest fire. There's no doubt. They do not necessarily know where to run, or what they're going to think of it. Is there any action you want to take beyond this sound?
Lay down and let it wash over you, spiders.
So that was like my main action, and then I can do like a bonus thing.
Or you can move, yeah, and/or.
Well, I'm gonna check that dagger, see if it's doing anything. I mean, as well.
Well, it isn't. You look down; it doesn't seem to be anything other than a normal dagger at this time.
It ought to be stuck in a spider.
Well, I mean, there's the crackling sound of
I was
fire.
trying to scare them all off
Yeah.
efficiently. I was trying to be efficient.
Gooseneck, it's your turn. Spiders haven't had a turn to react after all these strange things occurring, but what would you like to do?
Can I reach a spider?
If you moved up to the one by Pugil, you could.
By Pugil?
Yep.
Okay, let's move up to the one by Pugil and smash him.
All right.
Whack him with my Morning Star. Oh, let's see. 19 plus, what is it, 4? 23?
That is a smashing blow.
Smash.
4, let's see, where's my, sorry. 1d8 plus 2, 9 points of damage.
Oh.
Wow.
Morning Star, it's just the spider you've crushed it. Splat on the road. Legs twitching horrifyingly next to you, Pugil.
Sorry about
I'm
the
not
spider
too
goo there,
horrified.
Pugil.
I love spider goo.
Spider goo sprays all over Pugil.
Yeah, squish. He bit me. Squish him.
Pugil, it's your turn.
Can I shoot a spider? Is there a spider I can see that is vulnerable to being shot by my little crossbow?
Yeah, I mean, there's this spider on the other side of Corncob here, and then there's a spider to the right or left side of Corncob, actually.
Any of the ones that I can shoot at not charmed?
Right. The two that are charmed are the ones
Both
by
of those
Errant.
Okay. Then I will
It doesn't
shoot the
actually
one
say
close.
the charm goes away, even if they're hurt, but that's probably a DM rule.
I think that isn't that just part of the condition? If you attack it, it breaks the charm.
They get
you would
advantage
think
on their saving throw.
specifically says that.
Okay.
It specifically says that in my other spell that if you attack it, it's broken. It doesn't say that on the
see.
charm.
Well, then you know what? Being
It's
a
a DM rule.
self-interested gnome, I'm going to shoot the one closest to me.
Okay. The one to Corncob's left.
Oh, a 19 plus 3, 22.
That is a
Oh.
solid hit.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
All over
Ye-
Corncob.
There is an arrow sticking in the agitated spider next to you, Corncob. It's a little... it doesn't look happy.
I have a procedural question.
Yes.
I have a bonus action I can use called Shillelagh.
Mhm.
So can I use a bonus action on top of casting a spell?
Yes, on your turn.
Okay, I'll remember that on my next
As
turn.
long as the spell is not also a bonus action.
The spell is a cantrip.
Actually, yeah. If so, that makes a good point. Shillelagh is a cantrip, right? It's also a bonus
Yes,
action.
it's a cantrip
Yeah.
listed under my bonus actions. I was just trying to figure out if I can get 2 bites at the apple.
You could, as long as you're really what they want you to do is for a moment to go bonus action and an action together, but one has to be a cantrip and the other can be a spell. Since Shillelagh
Okay.
is a cantrip, you can do a spell.
Okay.
All right. So top of the round, Ivan.
How injured do the two spiders next to Abram look? Do they look pretty banged up, or
No,
do
they look banged up, but they also look like their interest is not as much in Abram anymore as it is in Corncob.
Oh,
There
okay.
is a spider to the left of Corncob that has been injured, and a spider to the right of Corncob that hasn't been touched at all.
And being that these are spiders, they look particularly dexterous, right?
They do.
Okay. All right. Well, let's shoot for the moon here. I'm going to try to acid splash the two next to Abram, and since they're next to each other, it targets both of them.
Okay.
So they both have to pass the dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
With a DC of, it looks like, it says 13 according to this. Is it 13 plus something, or is it just 13?
No, I think it's just 13.
Okay.
Let's find out. Oh, well, that's a 19 for one of them.
Oh boy. Oh
Actually,
boy.
it's a 22. And for the other, it's a 7. So one of them failed. The other one didn't. Go ahead
Okay.
with your damage
So
on
the
one.
I guess it doesn't matter which one. So let me do the damage here.
Matters to me.
6 damage. Well, that's true. It
6.
does matter. Yeah.
So the
But I
one
guess.
directly in front of Abram just sort of keels over with a bit of acid dripping off of their exoskeleton.
Good job. Good job.
You can melt spiders, right?
Well, you haven't succeeded yet.
Oh no.
The spider in front, or the next spider next to Abram, sort of comes back curiously at you, Corncob. The two that were by
Okay.
Corncob just scatter out like they're running from something.
Oh no.
Oh,
Great.
the mama spider, of
Yeah.
course.
Uh-oh.
No, there is still the sound of a fire out there, a forest fire.
Yeah, they bought my story.
Yeah,
Good job.
But there's one that's sort of curiously approaching you, Corncob. It is Abram's turn, however.
I'm shooting that fucker with an arrow. So, yeah, I got a 20 with
That'll hit.
9 points of damage on my arrow.
Oh, just as this thing comes up, like it's going to do whatever you ask of it, Corncob does arrow right through its head, the pointing at you.
I was gonna bash it to hell too.
Yeah, lit that thing up. It's the one that bit me. I'm down to 3 hit points of damage. I'm pissed. Yes.
Where is that forest fire now? I got a spider on brochette right in front of me.
It's not an actual forest fire. As you look around, you see these spiders have fleed off into the swamp, and I'm not sure even if Fathom wants to keep the sound going, but everything sort of
If they
settles
seem
down.
like they're well away, I will sense the sound.
They have moved well away.
Does it scare away this log that looks suspiciously like an alligator?
This log? No.
Yeah.
No, that log's not scared away. There's you occasionally you have seen, by the way, some animals, some alligators specifically, and some other swamp-dwelling creatures. Most of them have not pestered you on your road, however, on your travel.
Because we know Betty, right? Wasn't it Betty?
Yeah. Betty was a bear, wasn't it?
A bear.
And who's the alligator then? We charmed the alligator. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Betty was the bear I shot with an arrow. Right?
All right.
Yeah,
Bear Betty.
So
he's still coming for us.
Does anybody like want to juice me up with some healing?
I think just
I only destroy stuff. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I
I can hit you with a
Yeah, that's not
fireball.
in my milieu.
Wait, are you the one that wanted the extra
I
share
thought
of
you heal
treasure for
yourself.
that thing?
Parker, don't you have
what?
healing?
I do. I have.
You healed
I have
me
cure
last
Heal
time.
wounds.
yourself.
Yeah, I have cure
Yeah,
wounds, but I didn't
and
know if
nobody else
anybody
has
wanted
any
to
healing.
also.
I have medicine.
Nobody?
Does that?
I have healing.
Can,
And
can
we
I
have
use
I'm down
medicine.
to
medicine?
seven. I'm down to 7 points too. So
All right, line
I'm
up.
gonna.
Yeah, we're not in
Oh.
good shape to meet a witch.
Yeah.
Well, I've got
so
I
two
got,
cure
I
light
got my
wounds.
ass kicked by those freaking spiders.
So who's down the most?
Well, I'm down to 3 hit
Abran
points
is.
from.
Well,
And I'm down
let
to
me
7.
heal. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. I'll use one spell on
heal.
Abran.
Okay.
Okay.
Or do you want to heal yourself? My heal
Well,
is 1d8 plus 3. What do you got?
I had 1d8, but I think it's going to take 2 spells to get me back up at a place where I can fight in the front.
Well, then let me go first
me up
on
front.
you, and then we'll see what needs to be done. Because
Or do you want to?
Pujol's.
You want to get in rear
Pujol's.
guard, and I'll take the front.
Well, I have a bow. And
All right, so I give you 9.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So you need more, and Pujol needs more, and I have one more spell.
You give it to
I'm down
Peugeot.
10
I
points.
can do cure wounds on myself.
All right, I'll do
And then
Pujol.
if Peugeot's, if you fail, I've got another.
And
cure
then we're
wounds I can
out.
put on
Then we're
Peugeot.
out, everybody, unless Pujol's got one
So-
too.
I
I'm
do
taking
not.
a nap
Yeah, this
after
is worrying.
Yeah.
All right, so 7
So
plus 3 is
Abran, you want
10.
to switch spots?
Take 10,
No,
gnome.
I mean,
What'd you
I
get?
just rolled.
10.
Wow, good
10.
job.
7 plus 3.
All right.
that's
So I
right.
got 10 back.
Yeah.
And Frank, I just rolled
Yeah.
a cure wounds on myself and got a 7. So
All right.
I'm 7.
But
more
I
up.
am out of spells for that.
I have one
So now
cure
you
wound
just have to
spell
die, and I
left.
can stop you from dying.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And then
That
I
was
guess we
brutal.
drag you through the swamp.
We could also take a rest.
Not in the
Does this
spider
seem like a
lair.
safe spot, though?
Yeah, let's
we
keep
need to-
trucking.
See if there's a better spot.
Gonna go a little farther before you try to take a rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Let's get away from
Yeah.
the spiders.
I don't think we can rest on the road. Yeah, we need to find something a little more secure.
Let's go forward.
All right. So you keep
I got you, Frank.
moving on.
My ice maker's making all kinds of noise in there.
Hey, Weeby, you let the flies in.
Yeah, you know, the
I
swamp
can
is
hear 'em.
full of a lot of stuff.
No, that's the ice maker. Been working overtime.
I hear
And
a
Huckleberry
ringtone in the
Lemonade.
swamp.
Okay. So, as you move in through,
It's
you
funny because I heard a forest fire not too long ago in the swamp.
that's true. You get to
Luckily, you're smarter than a spider.
Yeah, you didn't see any flame. You get to an area where it looks like a lot of trees have been cut down in the past. Not necessarily currently. They're all sort of.
I hate those old growth loggers.
Yeah, well, this implies that you're to the outskirts of where this town used to be, or where a settlement used to be. You have sort of,
Is it less swampy?
yeah, not necessarily. The road is still keeps you dry, and you see, though, off in the distance, off the road, a structure of some sort, and a light sort of popped in around it, and then disappeared out there near it. So
What color was the light?
it was bluish
To the left or right?
to the right.
Stay
But
on
not
target,
dancing.
Luke.
It's just a glow type light.
Yeah, it sort of popped up as a glow and then disappeared. And while you're all out there looking, I mean, assuming you've brought it to attention because you're kind of discussing it, everybody make a perception check while you're looking at it.
Uh-huh.
8 for me.
Okay. 8 for Aberrant
9 for
Corncob.
me.
9.
8 for
12,
me as well. 5 plus 3.
8. I don't think I've got one from Gooseneck yet, did I?
9.
9. Okay. Did I get everybody else's?
No, 18.
Mine
18.
is. Oh,
Ooh.
mine is
Usual
9.
18.
Pew, Joel, as you're looking out there, you see the light. It douses the blue, and then you see it come back an orangish, almost torchlight color, and then disappear again. That is off into the swamp to the right, and then the road continues ahead, of course.
And can I see a structure out there, or just
Yeah,
the light?
there is just this sort of a, like you can make out a structure just barely in the distance. It looks quite overgrown.
Kids, there's a blue glow that's turning orange out there, but I think it's bait to lure us off the road. We've been warned not to get off the road. Let's keep on trucking.
Yeah, last time
So
we
you're
saw
saying it's
glowy
pumpkin.
lights, it didn't go so great for us.
Yeah, we could end up
What?
wandering forever.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go look at it
Agreed.
unless it starts to follow us.
Hey, Abram, why don't you shoot an arrow at it?
No,
Well, wait, based on our
Is that-
map, because we have a map,
You
right?
do.
Because that worked really well.
That's
last
not where
time we
the
shot
witch is supposed to be, is it?
Let's go to the map, in fact. So
what if
here's
it's
your,
a convocation of swamp goblins?
your
Then we just-
Wofield swamp. You've already passed that area off to the right where you see the abandoned buildings. That's where you held up for the night, basically.
Mhm.
And then you are, you would guess about where those dead trees in the middle, right above the Wofield text is. You've made it about that far. You don't.
And do we know where the witch is supposed to be?
Your understanding is that you should be approaching the witch's place very soon.
Oh, good.
Do
It
we
should be
know for
somewhere
certain
around
that the
here.
witch's place is directly on the road, or would the witch's place be possibly off the road?
That you don't know.
She probably wouldn't live like in the water of the swamp. That would be a weird
Oh.
witch, wouldn't it?
Seems a
She's
little
witch.
odd.
You gotta burn her.
Let's
You're
annotate
suggesting
the
she has a
approximate.
floating castle of some kind?
Let's annotate the
continue
approximate
forward.
position.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Annotate the position.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, annotate the position of the little building, and keep scouting forward.
Okay.
Well, does this seem like a safe enough place to rest?
On the road itself, perhaps. Off the road, you do see the occasional. You would have to keep watch, just because there's the normal wildlife of alligators that might take advantage of a sleeping group.
If we were in the building.
Well, no, just resting in general, even where you
No,
are.
I said was it safe to rest here?
Yeah, it seems fairly safe here, other than natural wildlife that might approach you. But you've been only traveling maybe half a day.
Let's keep going.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. Thwarting all of the evils. And, all right. In that case, I'm gonna switch over here to something else because you see a different building in the distance. You see one that is, it looks fresh, almost. Well kept, you might even say. It looks like there's some movement out in the yard. There seems to be a walled yard around the building. I'm going to give you a view of it here. Seems to be someone inside the area, even. Let me. I'm the sole camera operator today. I'm sorry. I'll stop crying about it. All right. Let's see. I'll let Justin switch it over.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. As you're approaching, you see someone working out in the yard of a building. You see some, looks like some sort of livestock milling about. You don't have to be that close. You can see it before you even get that.
Say that sure popped up in a hurry.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Now, Ernest,
Ebron, where are you looking, boy?
No, you see it a good,
witch and some evil goats or anything.
probably 100 yards out before you, where you get to see it. So not this close. I just put you this close so you can, so I can scare you.
Yeah, I'm going to point the dagger at that and see if anything happens.
Does it look like it's made out of gingerbread?
So answering
yeah,
Fathom first, the dagger, as you point it at that, you relax your hand a little bit and it swivels a little bit on your finger, balanced really well, almost like a compass might do. It's not pointing towards this hut. You point it up towards the hut like you expect something to happen, and then it very gently swivels on the balance of your finger off towards the mountains in the north.
Dowsing rod.
Ooh.
So, like, towards the other thing we didn't go to?
No, farther, even farther.
No.
Yeah.
Further. Oh. Mental knowledge.
So,
Yeah. We're not in rounds yet. You've seen it from a distance.
if this is the witch, she doesn't have any magics here? Or
Well,
the witch is
if you're wondering
I'm
about
not very smart.
I mean, it just seems like
I only have
nicely,
a 30-foot range on that. I would be a lot closer to.
Yeah, it seems like you're in a
Yeah.
nicely kept
Magic.
area, this yard, I guess.
Let's go talk to her.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's a
let's
kindly
go
old
and-
hermit that just happens to live out in the
go
swamp.
and
Of course. What
See if
else
she
would she
floats.
be?
If she's a witch, we'll burn her.
Who has physical custody of the charm we got from the child?
It's a good question.
I thought you did.
All right.
If you guys
I
want,
thought you did.
If you want, I can hit that
I
door
don't.
frame with a fireball from here.
Yeah, just be ready. Be ready with your fireball.
You're ready with it. Okay,
It's a
so you're
big-ass
going to
door. You
approach
should be
the
able
witch
to-
to talk. I apologize. We're going to get a little movement live here.
Wait, we're going to approach the witch to talk?
Why? That's I thought.
Is that what he said?
Thought I heard someone saying that.
Yeah.
What I said.
Gene said that.
Yeah. So
Do we know
Gooseneck-
she's a witch?
Oh, well, that's a
Well,
There's
maybe we could try to.
differences in those two statements. We approach her witch, and do we know she's a witch? Is two different things. So,
Abran,
That's true.
are you sneaky? Can you sneak through
I
the
am
forest
sneaky.
and observe her for a while?
as we've sat here talking for a while, pointing crap at her.
No,
We
we're
have been
100
kind of
feet
like-
away. He said.
Yeah. You're a good
Is she
300 feet
aware
away
of
still.
us?
Yeah, man, I
Oh.
hope she can't see very well.
So
She's moving about her business in the yard as though she's completely unaware of you.
Yeah, let's go on up there and talk to her. We're a big enough party. We can open up some whoop ass if we need to.
She's either unaware or unafraid. I don't know which one I want to pick.
Well,
I like how you don't think these goats are a threat, because I'm worried about the goats too.
Those look like donkeys.
Dinner.
They're goat. They're gray goats.
they
do you
are
guys wanna
gray
do?
goats.
Okay.
Oh, man, you just ran right in there.
Well, he said he's going to go up and talk.
He is a
Yeah.
ranger, and they have a way with goats.
Yeah. Yes. I tuck my
He's a
pants
goat
into my
ranger.
boots. And
Okay, so Abram, you head up and you see this old woman sort of drops what she's doing, and she was out there by the wood pile in the wheelbarrow, walks over up to you and says, "Oh, guests, welcome." And
Thank you. Hello, kind lady.
Mhm.
How are you doing today?
Good tactic.
How you doing?
She
Are we
Flash
certain
the
this is the
abs.
My
witch?
abs a little bit. Yeah, do a little ab flex and
Flash your abs.
flash
doing?
your abs. Okay.
Are we certain this is the witch?
No,
We
but
are
it
not
doesn't
100% certain.
Be nice.
That's fair.
She says, "I'm doing wonderfully." And
She sure sounds like a witch.
what brings you to my home?
Well, you are quite out here quite a ways on your lonesome. Is it just you that live out here? You and your goats?
Yes, you could say that. It's private, away from the prying eyes
Fly.
of
Sorry about that. Yeah.
citizens.
Have the people been bothering you in the past?
Oh, people always are a problem, aren't they?
No. Well, I think they can be too. I have a problem with people as well.
Yeah,
What kind of
humans
problems have you
especially.
had recently with people?
Oh, I've moved out here, so I wouldn't have them anymore.
Oh. Have you had many visitors lately?
Oh, make a persuasion check. Like a
15?
15. She says, my sister Ednia visited just the other day.
Oh, does she live out here, or where does she visit from?
No, she lives away. Just on the other side of the brook.
Yeah.
Is that where the dagger pointed? Is that towards the direction that dagger was pointing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'm not asking her that. That's what I remember.
Right.
Where
Swamp seems to be infested with old women.
Does anybody else have any other? So, are you just a farmer? Do you have an occupation as well as being a goat rancher, herder person?
No, these just I milk. I get my milk from the goats. I sometimes make cheeses, and I live off the land. So as you're looking around, you notice that there are fruit trees in here. A small herb garden, you would say. Some wood. It looks almost normal, except that it's out of place. Like you wouldn't expect to find fruit trees in a swamp.
Ah. Anybody
Do
have
any
any
of
other
the
questions?
herbs look weird to you, ranger person? Or you know nature
Yeah.
too, don't you, Corncob?
Corncob knows nature
Yeah,
better
I
I'm
than
a
me,
city
so
gal.
I'm happy to. Yeah.
I want
I
to
have
whisper to Peugeot,
I have a really good
flashing that.
survival.
try flashing the bracelet and see if she reacts.
Ah.
Oh, interesting. So
So I will.
Okay, sorry.
Well, just those that are skilled with nature. The herbs look very normal, but quite a selection.
So I'll
So
pull
it's
my
not just
little.
a big bunch of poisonous things.
No, no. There are poisonous things in there, but they're normal.
But we recognize them as other herbs we've seen.
Yep.
I'll pull out the rat
Try uses them to
bracelet.
flavor her cheeses.
You pull out the rat pugil?
The rat bracelet.
The rat
the rat.
bracelet. Yep.
And fondle and play with it while making little rat noises.
Okay. Can I assume you're all gonna move up a little bit closer into the dialogue with her?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. As long as we're in the right radius for her spell when it goes off.
Right.
And
Well,
I don't.
Well, maybe
I'm
Gooseneck
standing-
can hang back a little.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
let-
standing.
how's that for a little setup? We still have Fathom.
Sure.
Fathom, Gooseneck, and Ivan are outside of the walls. Inside the walls are Corncob, Abran, and Pugil, but Pugil, you're a little bit farther back.
I didn't come here to duck no witches.
Okay. That's very interesting. So let me pick up what you're putting down. Make a performance check, Pugil.
Oh, I'm good at that stuff. Of course, I gotta roll well. And I don't.
Oh,
I rolled a 3 plus
Stage
4
fright.
is a 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if she
That's nice.
perceives it while she's.
here I was looking for some nice shaman cheese.
I rolled exactly what I needed to catch it. So her eye catches it. You can tell Pugil, since you're trying to catch her eye, she catches it. She pauses for just a moment. You notice it because you're waiting for a reaction of some sort. She says,
Yes.
Would you care to have a bite, a biscuit, perhaps?
Is she addressing me?
She's actually
Yeah.
addressing all of you, but she's looking at you, Pugil. She's looking, but she also has a tendency to not make eye contact.
Hmm.
It's hard to poison
I'm
me.
hungry.
And we know these biscuits aren't magic. Or whatever.
True.
Eat one.
Well, actually,
Lizard men
now that we're
also
closer, I would
resistant
like
to
to
poison?
detect magic.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So I can do it subtly.
Okay, make a sleight of hand.
Uh, 19.
19.
Ooh.
Okay. You very subtly cast it under your breath with some very subtle hand movements. She does, and the biscuits that she's sort of reached down into a hard leather pouch on her side, don't seem to be magical. You look just out a little bit, and that goat seems to be magical. Seems to be putting a slight aura out of
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
These used to be adventurers.
Yeah,
Does-
those
does-
are goat biscuits. Yeah.
Does
They
that
said
spell,
yes to the biscuits. Well, no, they're not magic, though.
does the spell detect the bracelet that I'm fondling?
If she was looking, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 30-foot range, I think.
God,
Okay.
I don't know about these biscuits.
They're not
Yeah,
magical.
purse biscuits are not my favorite.
I'm not particularly hungry.
Okay.
So your magic thing wouldn't necessarily
Thank
detect
you.
a curse.
I don't think it would detect poison and stuff either.
Right.
What about a potion? Would a potion be
I'm
magical?
not as
or would
worried
it just
about
be, like,
poison because I'm a
chemical?
dwarf.
Many potions would be magical, yeah, but poisons would not register as magical.
If the
Poisons,
biscuits did turn people into goats, that they would probably glow.
it should register as magical, yeah.
I'm
Do-
sure she has lots of ways to turn people into goats.
Do I know if refusing food is some sort of an insult in these parts?
Well, that's a good question. You can make a history check.
Oh boy, that's got to be a good one for me.
Mhm.
2. So
Okay.
I guess
Nah,
I don't know.
You're not really sure. Yeah. She says, "Here, come, have a. I have a fresh tray as well. I just keep these. I get a little. Sometimes I just get a little hungry working in the yard, and I eat them."
Do you have any butter?
That's understandable.
Yes, we have some goat butter inside.
Oh man, that sounds divine.
Well, let me go and get it for you. I'll be right back.
Please do.
Somebody offer to help her.
I don't like this. As soon as she leaves, I don't like this at all, guys.
She turns around
Yeah.
and goes
I'm going to
into
tell
the
them that
house.
the goats are triggering is magical. She is not. And neither the biscuit.
Yeah.
But
The goat just sort
are
of
you filling
looks
us
at
in,
you.
Pujo?
Yes.
Do they have a collar?
You're
or
filling us
anything?
in.
They do not
That's
have a
burner.
collar. They're not marked in any weird way. When you're looking at them, you do start to notice that they don't have like a nice normal wildlife or color about them. They seem a little bit dull, colored, almost grayish, almost not real, you might say. I don't mean not real, but what's the word I'm looking for? Not of this
They
world.
look like people stuffed into a goat costume, is what you're saying.
People stuffed into a
Can't
goat
one of you
costume.
talk to animals?
Yeah. I'm going to cast Speak to Animals
Okay.
and strike up a conversation with the goat.
Wait a minute, there's a giant thing on that side. What is that?
But
A warty toad? No,
What?
just a tree.
Stack of
Yes.
logs.
Ooh.
It's
I
wood.
think that's the
that's
compost.
the
Oh,
log.
that's a stack of wood, yeah. So
Oh,
Pugil is
Look
going
like
to
a
talk
warty toad, like a giant warty toad.
to the goats.
Got light.
Yeah,
So
I'm
they're
gonna-
corporeal. They just don't seem very natural.
Exactly. They are corporeal. They
They
seem
seem
Okay.
like if somebody
That is
made a goat instead of bought a goat, that's what it would look like.
Hit with the dagger.
Like
see what
I
it does.
sculpted a goat, not Bobby sculpted a goat.
Are these goats either of your sculpts? I don't think. Are they?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Would you drink goat adventurer milk?
There's no stick coming
Ugh.
out of it.
That tastes like
I'm a
hell.
dwarf. I probably would drink most anything. As long as it's fermented, I think we're okay.
So Pugil, you go up and you cast Speak with Animals. Was that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. They look at you.
Say, oh, hello.
Hi.
Be friendly to them and scratch them on the head.
You get pushed firmly by their
Oh,
goat
they-
heads.
They're not friendly.
Oh no, it's a friendly way, but it's a very
okay.
goat firmly.
They're leaning into the scratch.
Yep, they
Yep.
are.
You're married to
Okay.
him now.
So we'll have a. Well, I am a gnome.
I know.
but
That's what I'm
they-
thinking.
Not far off. Yeah, they're close.
Yeah.
Close in
That's
relation.
how they make those gnome centaurs.
Yeah, I have to reach up to scratch their head.
Oh, note.
We will. I will. I'm speaking in goat,
Okay.
I imagine. So I'll say, "Oh,
Let's go.
are you the only two goats that live here?
Yeah.
Oh, how long have you lived here?
Long.
Did you eat?
Have
a
you ever
biscuit?
lived anywhere else?
Yes. City.
Oh, and what did you do in the city?
What was your job?
They sort of look at you, press against you a little bit, ask for more scratches, and the word that comes out of them is not an animal word. It seems like one of them says cobbler.
Hmm.
Ah. Ask him if
Would
they
you
eat a
like
biscuit.
to? Do you enjoy being a goat, or would you rather be a cobbler?
Cobbler. Pushes against
I
you.
like people.
Ah, yes.
I knew this is where we came to get our shoes fixed. This will be great.
Well, shucks. Is our level of communication sophisticated enough for me to ask, why did you come to the swamp, or why were you brought to the swamp? Did the old lady bring you, or did you come looking for something and get caught, or?
Yeah, so it's not real sophisticated. It's very animalistic in a way. They will give you answers, but the questions can be sophisticated, but the answers you expect normally and that you will receive are going to be about the capacity that an animal might think.
Okay. So I will say, do you like the old lady?
Feeds us.
Ah.
Biscuits? Oh, never mind. I can't talk to you.
Did the old lady, in addition, other than feeding you, does the old lady do anything else for you?
His milks. And about that time, the door swings open from the cottage, and the old lady comes out, and she goes, "Oh,
looks like cobbler.
Mark, Mary, don't pester our guests," and sort of shoos them off and waves them away. So, I'm so sorry. They can chew your clothing up. And she sort of.
As long as they don't chew my shoes, I'm pretty happy.
I'm going to say, how do you keep 2 small goats alive out in this dangerous swamp? I would think they would have been eaten long ago. Or have you not had them very long?
I've had them a while now, but there's many foods for them. It's quite a diverse and healthy range of foods out here. Would you like a biscuit? And she holds out the tray to you.
Oh, I'm not hungry right now. Thank you for the offer. But I am curious how you protect them from bears and gators and vampire bats.
And spiders.
And spiders.
Oh my.
And trolls.
They have a shed around back. The gators can't get in there. That's the biggest concern. But she turns to the others. Biscuits, everybody. Come, have a biscuit, dear. And sort of puts it up at you, corn cob.
Do they have butter on them? They have butter on them?
You do see like a generous little bit of butter off to the side with a little butter knife, and you could put it on each of them.
Okay. I'd like to grab a biscuit, and I'd like to smear some butter on it.
Okay.
Is it Mark's butter? Because I've heard that was good. And then I'd like to try to use deception.
Okay.
To make her think that I eat it as I'm bobbling the knife that I'm dropping.
Okay. Make a deception.
So I'm going to drop the knife and then try to deceive her into thinking I've eaten that part of that biscuit.
Make a deception roll.
Come on.
16 plus 3, 19.
She seems to have bought it, turns the tray over to Abram, says, "How about you? You could use a little snack. Look at that, just skin and bones." And she...
Oh, kind lady, thank you very much. I am not feeling very hungry at this moment, but maybe later.
I'm going to continue to make eating noises while her back is while she's looking over at Abram.
Okay.
Nom, nom.
She offers the tray and
great biscuits.
Come in. Come in.
No, I'm not going to do that.
To her. So she's waving Fathom and Ivan and Gooseneck, waving them into the yard.
Now, have the goats gone around
Should we
back?
go in, guys?
So the goats have gone to the side, and they're just sort of eating at some grasses growing up along the wall.
If she's got her back to me, I think I'm going to walk around back and look at the goat shed.
Okay.
Just casually saunter around.
Okay. I'm going to pull you out, and you're going to decide, you three, whether or not you're going to go in.
Well, we know from Wizard of Oz that there can be a bad sister and a good sister among witches.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sure. Because at this
There's
point,
only one way to be sure.
at this
Yeah,
point,
what
though,
if the
Pooh
sister
Hole
brought her the
hasn't.
goats?
That's sure, but Pooh Hole hasn't relayed that information to us yet, though, has he? So we don't know that.
You don't know the
One of
goat's a
them,
cobbler. No.
Right. Only Pooh Hole does that. Okay.
Well,
All right.
then I should, if her back's to me, as I go around the edge of the thing, I'm going to make faces at the goats going, you know.
Like,
rat, making rat faces, you know, and pointing at the goats. This is super fishy. It stinks.
okay.
Okay. Ivan, make an insight roll. An insight check.
Passive insight, or
No, you can roll it.
Oh
You're
no,
trying
just
to,
insight. Okay.
yeah, you're trying to figure out what Pugil is trying to tell
19.
you. 19. Yeah, it seems like he's trying to tell you these goats are very much like the rats. I don't think they're goats.
Ah. Okay. Well then, I guess I'll lean over to. Let's see here. I'll lean over because am I next to Corncob?
You're next
no,
to
I'm not.
Fathom,
No.
and Gooseneck is behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
Come on
gonna quietly whisper that to these two. Kind of what he's assuming they didn't pick up on it.
I probably wouldn't have.
Oh, okay. Well then, just in case, and actually in doing so, I'm gonna keep my eyes on the old lady, and I'm gonna kind of in a defensive position. I'm gonna hold my staff, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go in the
let's.
yard.
You and I each go a slight bit distance away from each other along the wall.
Yeah.
Tinkles
Yeah.
her tray.
We'll split up a little.
Okay. Inside or outside?
I'm gonna pretend on the outside. I'm gonna pretend I'm looking at that red tree,
Okay.
admiring the fruit tree.
And you're going to go on the outside as well, Ivan?
Yeah, let's do that. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll take cover.
All right.
Is
I'm
there
going to
cover
move
in
up a
this
little
game?
bit.
You're going to move in a little bit, Gooseneck?
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the door. Not quite in, but I'm right there.
Okay. I'm going to move this tree just so we get you guys in the shot there.
Do I get any sort of concealment for being on the other side of that wall?
If you can duck down fast enough, yeah.
Asking for a friend.
You get a little cover if it comes down to it.
Do I think that she's got an indoor toilet?
No.
No, it's a serious question.
You believe that she probably doesn't. She probably uses any of the natural swamp area.
Is she looking at me expectantly, like maybe she might think something's, I'm going to get something from this muffin?
She doesn't seem to be, no.
Okay.
However, I am going to say, Pugil, make a stealth check. Just as you go around, you want to look at this goat.
Oh, hello. 19. What is my stealth? +1, 20.
Okay. So as you sort of creep around, you do see a pin. It's a small hovel-like pin almost. And in the bottom of it, you see, it looks like clothing as the bedding that a goat might sort of lay down on. And you also get up a little closer and make an investigation check.
Oh, a 10.
10.
10 plus 1, 11.
11. Yeah, so a few things don't look quite right about it. Clothing for bedding throws you off a little bit. You don't see, like you'd expect to see something for them to eat that was animal-like that you've seen in a farm somewhere, but you don't. You see a couple of plates on the ground.
And do I see any tools or clothing that would indicate a trade?
Oh, so you don't see any tools that would indicate a trade, but the clothing seems like normal, a lot like the style that the town was wearing, but they're
So this,
dirtied and just sort of rumpled and been made part of bedding.
but they would be town dweller clothing, not agricultural farmer clothing.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's two sets of clothing.
There are. One is.
And
oh, go ahead.
And are they masculine wear or feminine wear?
Hard to tell, especially if it's any trade. You would tend to think that the color pattern on one versus the other is what is generally more accepted as masculine and feminine. So it does look like male and female.
Now the goats, are they male and female?
They are.
Okay.
And you heard them referred to when she shooed them away as Mark and Mary.
Mark and Mary.
Mark and Mary. And when I
So
look
I'm
in
not
the bowl,
Mark butter. I'm getting Mary's butter.
You could be getting
Yo.
Mark's butter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I did
just
set
couldn't
this
let
up,
that
Justin.
go.
Sorry. So
I'm not the guy
when
with
you
the
look
pants
into
tucked into my
What?
boots.
we've lost Rhonda. We've lost Rhonda.
Might take a little
I'm
longer, but
I'm going to check the food.
Mhm.
Does it look like it's been eaten by a goats? Or are there human teeth marks in it?
No, it looks. You don't see any food left. It's sort of cleaned, licked clean, which could be a human
Oh, so
or
it's
a goat.
utensil.
No utensils, just bowls
Oh, okay.
and plates. Sorry.
Bowls and
I
plates.
wonder if they're weregoats.
Where goats?
Now, are the goats close enough
could
to me to
have-
talk?
No,
Or are they
you'd have
still
to.
up?
They're still in the front yard area while you're in the back.
Okay, and is there a place for them to shelter?
Oh yeah, that's where you're looking in. It is a shelter built right up along the side of the house, and you can tell that is where they sleep at night. They go in.
Kind of like a little lean-to?
Yeah, a little more structured than that, but like a little lean-to with a door on the front that can be closed to sort of protect them from as much as you
Alligator.
could protect them from what might be out. But they're also around a brick wall. You see an exit out the back here as well. Does camera one actually show that? See out the back left side. So the wall goes
okay.
all the way around, but the very back left also has an exit path out.
I see.
Sneak in, sneak in.
I'm going to ask her. Oh, go ahead.
Is there anything in the little... I can go physically into the shelter,
Yeah.
and that's where I see the bowls and plates and stuff.
Yep.
And the clothing. All right, I'm going to search the clothing well and make sure there's no loose pocket change.
Okay, so while you're doing that,
I'm
we're
going
going
to
to
try
go
to
back to
keep
the
her
front.
engaged. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep her engaged up here. And I'm going to compliment her on the butter.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, what kind of goats are those? Where did you get those goats? It's probably the best butter I've had.
They look like rat
Wonderful.
goats.
Wonderful goats.
And I'm a
aren't
dwarf,
they?
and we love our butter.
I acquired them in Fairfield, you know.
Now she's taunting us.
At the livestock market?
Is there a back door of the house, Bobby? Look for a back door in the house.
I did get them in the marketplace, in fact.
At the cobbler store.
She doesn't, the only Pugil knows that they're cobblers.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
I just know they're magic goats.
right, yeah, and that there's something up with them. So she looks and says, "A swamp native creature such as yourself, would you like a biscuit?" She's looking right at you, Gooseneck. You haven't had a chance yet to taste the biscuits.
Go ahead, taste the biscuit. Taste the biscuit.
I'm
Eat
just
the
gonna
witch.
I'm just gonna shake my head no and finger the point of one of my morning star points a little bit.
No, I understand.
If you'd been chicken, you wouldn't say no.
Yeah, he's more of a goat guy, to be honest.
Maybe goat. Maybe goat.
Oh, well, their goats are quite useful. I can't offer them to you. I'm terribly afraid.
He likes chickens. Do you got any chickens around here?
Chickens are very hard to keep in the swamp.
Huh. I can see that.
Yes.
What do you do for eggs to make the biscuits then?
Oh, well, there are some natural birds. I just forage amongst the trees.
Oh, that makes sense.
Alligators lay eggs.
I've
How
never
come you
used
can't make biscuits with them though?
one in a biscuit, though.
Mm,
I might give it a
I wouldn't
try.
know. I don't cook. I just eat.
So what brings you to my home out here? Are you looking to shelter for the evening? A place to rest your weary heads, perhaps?
Well, I'm not really tired, but maybe some of my companions are. Is there a place around here to rest?
Well, my home is open to you.
What time
Yeah.
of day is it right
Well,
now?
that's very generous.
What was
You
your
got
question,
cable?
Abram?
What time of day is
Why don't
it?
we just
Still-
tell her we're
still
looking for a
midday?
witch?
It is near
That's
evening.
what I was. Yeah, I'm like, well, we're on the road and we have been looking for a witch. A witch has been causing trouble in this area and has actually turned some children in the orphanage into rats. And so we've been tasked to venture out into the swamp and track down this troublesome witch. Do you know anything?
Imagine being an
about-
orphan and then getting turned into a rat.
Oh,
Would you
dear.
know anything
So we're trying to
about
help
luck.
these
any
people.
witches that live around here?
That's a
in-
horrible story.
Right.
Witches. Well, I mean, what is a witch, really? I don't think there are any witches here.
Can I use perception to see if she's being deceiving at this point?
You can use insight.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I'm gonna do that
God,
too.
that's-
I
Yeah,
rolled a
Yeah,
12.
I would also
15.
like to do that.
I got a 15.
15. She is being purposefully
said nothing.
obtuse.
Hmm.
Is there a back door to the house?
There is not.
There is not. Is there a window?
There is.
I'm too short to reach it.
No, you could jump up and do an athletics check to pull yourself up.
Okay, I want to do a pull up and peek in the window.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Another 19. What is my athletics?
Pop yourself up. That's plenty.
21.
Even if you had negatives. So you're looking into, actually, you're a little surprised. You've seen the front side of this building. You've seen the side. You've seen the back. Can't be anything more than 20 feet by 20 feet, but you're looking inside a room that is easily 20 foot by 40 foot.
Uh-oh.
Sound the alarm!
So the house is deceptively large on the inside.
Well, I
She
can't
lives
tell
in
you
a
that.
garden.
Only tell Pugh.
Well,
she'll
we
have
don't
it.
know that. Only Pugil
Well,
knows
right,
that.
we don't. I just was clarifying.
But yes, the
Right,
house
yeah,
is
yeah.
bigger on the inside.
You know whose other house is bigger on the inside at Baba Yaga?
Right.
Oh boy.
Right.
This is no good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hop down and walk back over to the goats quietly.
Uh-huh.
and see if I can't, without drawing her attention, lure them back to the backside of the building where we can have a quieter conversation, more of a extensive conversation.
Sure, you can make an advantage animal handling check.
13 plus 0. 13.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough to get them to kind of 13. You get Mark to follow you.
Okay, when we get back there, I want to ask him about if he has any family. Does he have children? Does he have parents? And see if I can't get some sort of feeling for his connection to the town.
Okay, so you're doing more intricate things. I'm going to go back up to those. I'm going to go to Fathom, who's looking at this red tree. Fathom. So you've gone over to pretend to look at this red tree. But interestingly enough, as you pretend to look at it, it catches your eye. Make a perception check to see what catches your eye about it.
18.
18. So the leaves are sort of an astounding red, and there seems to be like a yellow-colored fruit on the tree. You are completely unfamiliar with. It doesn't look natural in any way, and you also think that there might be two kinds of fruit on the tree, and you can't. Which does not seem quite right as well. So while you're kind of trying to monitor the conversation, watching the goats and Pugh along the side of the house, which is within your eye shot, this tree catches your eye as being unusual and unnatural.
And I kind of look at the other trees in the yard from the distance where I am, or I would have to be close.
No, from the distance where you are, it looks like the other trees are likely, one seems to be a citrus tree, and the other could be like a pomegranate.
They seem more natural.
They seem a little more natural.
Definitely gonna keep checking this tree out. Maybe Can I roll Arcana to see if I notice anything?
Yes, you may roll Arcana. You have a very high perception too, so I'll tell you a little more about it. But roll Arcana, and we'll see if there's more.
No, I don't think I'm very perceptive. I have good investigation.
Investigation.
So my Arcana is 11.
Okay. It is definitely something that feels arcane about it, but you can't put your finger on it. You've never necessarily heard of it before or seen anything like it. However, you do notice that it looks glistening, like it's not dry necessarily.
That's troubling.
Can she reach some of the fruit? Maybe pick it and look at it, examine it?
There's not much, if you were interested in doing that, Fathom, it's not. There is, if you went to the corner of the wall and like maybe got up, used the wall to lean up, but you feel like it could be noticeable. You'd have to be, if you were interested in actually pulling some fruit off, it could be noticed pretty easily.
I'm actually just going to ask her. I'm going to say, excuse me, ma'am, my baked goods don't always agree with my stomach, but would you mind if I had a piece of fruit?
She looks over and goes, oh, well, I don't think anyone's ever asked before. Of course you. And she seems to think something over for a moment and goes, there's plenty of fruit on it. Please be my guest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now you've done it.
So,
Well, there's two types of fruit, isn't there?
there are
What do
two
you think,
types of
Abra?
fruit. So it's Fathom. As you kind of get up on the wall and start to reach out, you notice that one fruit is yellow, reminds you of maybe a tangerine, and then there is another fruit that looks more like a cherry, perhaps.
Do they have little children's faces on them?
It'd be a lot easier to sneak around if he was laying on the ground, is what I'm starting to think.
Fathom has not
Wouldn't they have
noticed
rats'
anything
faces?
strange about faces.
So the fruit looks pretty normal.
The fruit itself looks normal.
Oh, the muffin's taking effect. Everything's gone blurry.
It is glistening a little bit, like it's been spritzed with water or something.
Okay, well, grab one, I guess, but partly to check out what this moisture is.
Like the apricot tangerine looking one, or the cherry looking one?
I mean, is the cherry looking one cherry size?
Apricot.
Yeah, if I can get
Apricot.
both without
Yeah,
being rude.
the sizes are similar to those type of fruits, so you could get both.
Come on, taste the rainbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of each. I mean, that's just a little tiny cherry. That's not being very
Sure,
greedy.
yeah. Well, they're big cherries, but they're not larger than a large cherry. Okay, yeah,
Not a
you've
whole
got them.
meal or anything.
So yeah, they are. So as you sort of pull them down, your hand, you look at it, and it is like the tree is leaking cherry juice almost. It's kind of sticky on your hand.
We gotta kill her, or at least knock her out.
And so in the time it takes for you to do that, we still have. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna ask if Ivan's doing anything other than thinking about how quickly he could duck behind the wall.
He's mapping it out.
He's busily aiming at that door, fantasizing about blowing it up.
Can I actually? I really don't trust this lady.
Everything
possible-
everything I've narrated is totally trustworthy, Justin.
I bet.
I don't trust her.
Is it possible to ready a spell with a contingency, or is that? I don't know how the system works quite as well.
So it's a little different in 5th edition. So when you ready a spell, you're actually using your reaction and saying, I'm going to cast this spell when this action happens. So you have to tell me what triggers the spell going off, but you will lose it if that action doesn't happen within that next time frame.
Okay, well then I am going to ready Firebolt if she moves too quickly. That's the reaction. She moves too quickly. I'm hitting her with a Firebolt.
I goose her.
If the old lady moves too quickly?
Yes, the old lady.
Okay.
If she looks like she does anything fishy or witchy.
Anything spry or
Why is she
nimble?
being nice to us? That's what's confusing me.
I don't know.
To lure us into her
happens is
damn magic house.
Well, you know.
Horses to eat peanut butter and cherries that look like tangerines.
Okay. Abran, would you like to do
Sure.
anything in this time as well?
Yes, I'd like to continue my line of questioning with her.
Okay.
Ma'am, you've been very nice and polite to us, but I did have some questions related to the witch around this area. The townfolk were very, very determined that there was a witch out here causing lots of trouble and changing people into various rodents, which we've also observed. Do you know nothing about a witch? Have you heard of a witch in this area?
I have heard there is a witch in these swamps.
Very close by, like super close by?
Like 2 feet away.
Has your sister heard of any witches?
She leans in and goes, "Yes, I have heard that she's close, but
Oh.
I've never had any conflicts with her.
So you know who she
Have
is.
you-
Is she your sister?
I've never seen her.
Never seen the witch or the sister?
Oh, well, I've seen my sister, Ednia. Yes,
Yeah, and your
Ednia
sister
comes.
your sister could not be confused as a witch.
Oh, she's certainly not the witch that people talk about. No.
Oh, and I
Have
hate
you-
to ask this
have
question.
you seen any
I hate to ask this
dryads?
question. I hate to ask this question, but have you ever been confused to be a witch?
I have
Is
been
that the reason
confused.
why you had to leave this town and move all the way out here in this kind of boggy, witchy, swampy area?
I
So
got one hand on my quarterstaff and one hand on my mace.
she leans in and says, I have been accused of being a witch before. Everyone roll initiative.
What? All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm shooting the firebolt right now. Shooting it. It's going
She
off.
hasn't made any quick moves, Justin, which was your
Wow.
trigger. So
Dang it.
I don't know. She leaned in real
I got
fast.
18.
Yeah.
She leaned in real
so Abram, what was your initiative roll?
18 plus 4, 22. I
20.
got my bow on her. I got my bow up in her grill.
Wow. Okay.
Can you shoot stuff that close?
Corncob, what was your initiative?
No, I'm
18.
off a little bit.
18. Pugil.
About to serve
3.
up a double whammy.
3 for Pugil. Fathom.
12.
Dang it.
12, did you say?
Yes.
Ivan.
20.
And Gooseneck.
I mean, initiative
Four.
was so bad he left the room.
Oh, well, here we go again.
Um,
I
so
was just going to knock her out, but here comes a fireball.
Abram.
Firebolt.
Abram, when she leans in to say this to you, you can see her
Yeah.
lips moving at the same time, out of sync with her mouth, and you hear another
I'm plugging her. I'm plugging her
language
head
start
with
to
an
coming out of her mouth at you.
arrow. Hair trigger. Here we go. I got an 18 plus. I got and 10 points of damage.
And 18 hits, 10
What
points
did you
of damage.
stab her with?
With an arrow, right?
with
in
an
the
arrow.
face.
Oh.
So she leaned in. You're going to have to roll that attack roll again. You're at disadvantage when you're
Okay.
that close to somebody.
Okay. I rolled this time is 17.
17 hits as well. So you do hit this old woman that you believe is a witch.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
She said she
killed
was
Granny.
a witch.
What was your
Yeah.
damage again?
8.
8.
It was
Okay.
8.
All right.
Yeah.
You've killed Granny.
Well, if it doesn't kill her, she's obviously something.
Dude, she was. She, my little elf senses went off when she started muttering some crap in my face.
Yep.
She leaned in. She was
Wow.
casting a
She's-
spell on me.
She's as good as dead.
It's not the
Yeah.
not the first townsperson you've murdered.
I looked over at
Who's Joe gonna
Corncob
come
and
in
he
riding
gave
a
me-
goat?
She
Corncob
was
gave me
accused
the
of being
wink.
a witch.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
All right, Abram.
Yeah.
Abram,
I
your
didn't get a chance to see if she floated or not. but
your arrow sort of punctures in through her. She just grunts a little bit. And Ivan, it's your turn. You lost a spell slot, I'm afraid, on the last turn because she didn't make any quick moves. She just leaned in very closely. But it's your turn. You get to react before she does for another thing.
Thankfully, that was a cantrip. So
Yep.
we're good.
You're good.
I'm gonna go with catapult then.
Oh,
All right.
take a
Yes,
little
we're going.
rubble from the yard.
You know what? It says 1 to 5 pounds. I'm flinging one of these tangerines at her face. Wait, does that weigh 1 pound? How much do these tangerines weigh?
Yeah, you can find a 1 pound pomegranate.
Is there a particularly
Oh yeah, pomegranate. That would
large?
hurt.
I have a better idea. Is there a particularly large pile of donkey poo in the yard anywhere?
The thing,
Goats.
there's
Oh,
no
wow.
donkeys. There's a butter
Yes,
Or not
churn.
donkeys, the goats. I
A
mean, not
butter
donkeys.
churn. Hit
There's
her in the head.
there's
with
a butter churn.
I'm gonna hit her in the head with a butter churn. As long
Okay.
as it weighs under 5 pounds.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right. Do you think you should just make a saving throw with dexterity?
Okay. Her dexterity save is 12.
Yes, 13.
Oh,
So perfect.
she was not able to
we
dodge the
go.
flying butter churn.
Oh man.
It's behind her, right? Like
Yeah,
slightly.
it cracks her in the back of the head.
Hold on, let me roll my 3d8 damage from a butter churner. All right, wow. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. 2, 4, 7 damage. I think that's
7?
under the average. 7,
That is
yeah.
under the average. All right.
It's 2 2s and a 3.
Okay. Right.
That music is so sad. We're murdering an old lady. Why are you playing the sad music?
I found it apropos.
Because of all
Yeah,
the
because
old
she's
lady
not the one that's going to get murdered.
Well, so far you've pierced her with an arrow, clunked her with a butter churn. She's still standing. Corncob, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
You're not.
Jason, we
Can't hear you, Jason. Can't hear you.
First thing I'm going to try to do is hit her with my shillelagh, and that's a magic weapon.
All right.
Frank. Okay.
Make your attack roll.
That's my bonus action. I don't know how to do them simultaneously. But
Yeah, so it's
here's
bonus
the
it's bonus to cast shillelagh on your weapon, and then it would be your action to attack with your weapon.
oh, in that case, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Didn't realize that. Okay, I'm going to just hit her with my quarterstaff first.
Okay.
And I got a 17 plus 2, 19.
That hits her.
And let's see, that's just a regular 1d8, I guess. Actually, I have 1d8 plus 2 or 1d6 plus 2. I'm not sure why that's two different things.
If you're holding it with two hands, it's 1d8 for
I'm
one
only
hand.
holding it with one because my other hand has a mace.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's 1d6 plus 2.
Yep.
So that's actually 8.
Woo.
Then I'm going to try to whack her with my mace as my 2-weapon fighting.
Oh,
That one I
okay.
don't get a bonus. And that's a 15.
That misses.
Okay.
Whoa. Wow.
All right. So
Yeah.
the words that were coming out of her mouth, Abran, finish coming out of her mouth. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'll miss you, Abran, if nobody else does.
I got a 19.
Okay. So you feel like the words almost wrapping around you, the arcane energy, trying to bind you in a perfectly paralyzed state. But you're familiar with these sort of horrible arcane entrapments and are not affected by it.
Yeah, is my because I am immune against being charmed and magic can't put me to sleep, but that was neither one of these, right?
You would get an advantage to it, absolutely, and so it did not affect you.
Okay.
Fathom, it is your turn.
I think I'm gonna go with chill touch.
Okay.
My faithful companion. Or not. 8.
8. No, it's closer to Corncob than the old lady. She ducks out of the
Duck,
way.
corncob, duck.
And a skeletal hand appears in front of your face, Corncob, where the lady's shoulder was a moment ago. But you can move or something else if you also wish, Fathom.
Oh, we can't hear you again.
Did my attack do any damage to her at all?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Thanks. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Who's
I
up?
feel like I'm in a pretty good position, actually. So
Yeah. Okay.
I decline moving.
You are fine there. Gooseneck, you see all this sort of erupting in front of you.
It's time to charge her and whack her with my mace or my morning star. Sorry.
All right, go for it. Right up between the others.
All
right.
Got a 10. But I would also like to take a secondary action and use my hungry jaws.
Oh,
Biters.
Bite the witch. Bite the witch.
please.
That was even worse.
Don't eat a.
I got a
Don't get a
2.
biscuit.
A 2.
Boo.
No.
Missed.
Your hungry
Swing and a
jaws.
miss. I can't bite anything.
That's too bad.
You probably bit your tongue on that one.
You might have accidentally bit a
And
biscuit.
that wasn't
yeah.
a 1.
Or
Pugil, you hear this commotion from around the front of the yard while you're back talking to the goat.
Oh man. Can I step around the corner and shoot her with my crossbow?
Yeah, there is
Right-
enough
right
that you
line
could
of
do
sight?
that. You could, yeah.
I'll say, "Stay here, Mark."
Nail her with my crossbow. 13 plus whatever my bonus is.
You're talking to us. We can't hear you again, Jason.
13 plus
I
whatever
muted
your
it on
bonus is.
Yeah,
Um,
Oh, okay.
13 plus 3, 16.
16. No, the arrow just sort of scuffs off of her back, slides across, and sticks on the other side of the yard in a pomegranate.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Say that again. What happened?
I missed.
Oh, okay.
Abram,
shot a pomegranate.
Yes.
it's your turn.
So I take a step back a little bit, so I'm not at a disadvantage with my bow anymore.
Okay.
May I
Can I
ask
take a
a
step back
question?
and still fire? Yeah.
What's the
Is it
question?
possible for? Does it take an action for me to try to get Mary's attention and get her out of the combat zone?
No, you could free action just sort of ask her in general.
Yeah, I want to get her. Get back there with Mark or Larry or whatever his name is.
Okay. Okay. She does take notice of you, and she looks a little concerned. Like her eyes are a little as concerned as a goat's eyes can look. But you're not sure what she'll do until her turn.
With those weird octopus pupils.
Yeah. And Abram, go ahead.
So I take a step back and I'm going to fire another arrow, but I also have a spell, Hail of Thorns. That is basically the next time I hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends, the creature hits. The spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from my ranged weapon and ammunition. So
Okay.
I'm going to roll to hit.
So as you
And-
take a step back, hold on. So you step back, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I got a 16.
Okay. As you step back, the pomegranates on the tree behind you sort of lengthen out, and like a ropey, soppy, red-covered in pomegranate juice tendril reaches out around you to grab your arms, your head from behind, and you're able to kind of dodge away and still let loose what you wanted to do. But this tree
Okay.
behind you is not friendly.
Okay. So I can fire and then I can't move again.
You could fire, and then you could move again.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to fire and I'm going to do the Hail of Thorns thing.
Okay.
So this time I got a 19 to hit. I did 7 points of damage with my arrow. And then the Hail of Thorns is a creature takes 1d10 piercing damage.
So,
But
Hail-
there's like a dexterity saving throw
yeah,
that she did.
I need to look up Hail of Thorns.
I'll read it to you from what I got. You want me to?
Yeah, there might be an area effect thing.
Oh, there is. It's within 5 feet.
Yeah, so that would
So I
that would
probably
also
shouldn't do
mean Gooseneck and
Oh.
Corncob.
Thanks.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I would have known that. Never mind. It's my first time casting.
Okay.
So no. I plug her with another arrow. I plug her with another arrow, and I step away from the reach of the pomegranate.
The pomegranate? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And
I still have a line of sight on her, right?
absolutely. Ivan.
I guess I'll just have to hit her with a firebolt.
Okay.
See if that does anything. All right, hold on a second.
Did she seem much affected by my arrow this time? I'm sorry.
She has been hit by all this stuff, definitely.
Okay. And does she seem like she's getting reeled by this, or is she just shrugging it off?
She seems pretty hale and hearty for being bombarded with all this stuff.
Oh, of course. 2 arrows.
Might be time to run.
It's just a flesh wound. 17.
17 to hit? Yes, it lands a hit on her.
Okay. All right, let's see here.
Oh, Lordy.
10 points of damage.
Ooh, wow.
Good job.
I actually hit something with a fireball finally. Or firebolt, I should say. And I did it for max damage.
Yeah, a little sizzle happens that she seems displeased with.
Also, it says a flammable object hit by this ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. So
You have lit her,
the witch.
Justin. Ivan has lit her biscuit tray on fire.
Oh,
Hey, biscuit trays, trees, and door frames are not safe for
burning
that.
biscuits. Ugh.
Burner
Yeah.
biscuits.
Told you I didn't like those
You fired
biscuits.
up her biscuits.
Corn,
Yeah, you
my
fired up a
biscuits are
biscuit.
burning corn cob.
Okay, I'm gonna take my blue dice, my quarterstaff, and my green one, my mace.
All right.
So I got a 17 with the mace.
Hits,
I got a 10 with the quarterstaff.
misses.
And I got a 4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage with the mace.
All right. You would have all expected a little old lady to have fallen by now. She has not fallen.
We don't think she's a little old lady.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I didn't think
she's a
so.
witch.
She's pretty much
She's super
confirmed it
witch.
now.
I just
It
hope
is.
she's not one of those invulnerable witches.
Oh, it doesn't feel like she is. Let's see here. Okay.
Or a lich witch, that'd even be worse.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
A lich
yeah,
witch.
Frank, I meant to ask.
Don't give
too.
the
When I-
DM
when I-
ideas. Why are you
Yeah.
giving them ideas?
When I hit her with that
If they
fire,
want him to be a lich, they can just blow him up. Or her.
did she seem to care much about fire?
Not more than anything else. No.
Okay, okay. She
So-
didn't just like shrug it off.
No, not at all. The two of you that
Okay.
are in her grill, you might say, she slips off to the side this way. On your right side, Gooseneck, Corn Cob, as she does that, it means you could take a free swing at her while she steps away.
I will do so.
Okay.
Now, that wouldn't include a spell, would it?
No, it's just a melee attack.
Cantrip? Okay.
A melee
She's
attack.
disengaging.
No, she didn't disengage, and actually, because of where she steps into the safety of her pomegranate tree, Gooseneck, you also get to take a free swing at her with
Oh,
a weapon.
All right, I got a
Please.
19, 21,
21?
21 to
Whackity
hit.
whack.
21, you hit her.
And so
Ivan,
that's 7 more
need to
points.
Fireball that pomegranate tree.
7 more points.
I got a-
Okay. Gooseneck? Yeah.
I got a 14 plus 4, so an 18.
18
That hit?
hits her as well.
Oh, for 8 plus 2, so 10.
Wow, she's taking a big
That'll-
risk with whatever she's planning. So she
That'll
steps
teach
over
you to
here.
disengage.
She lifts up her hands because she didn't disengage.
Oh, here we go. Now we're in
and
trouble.
You see a bright, blinding bolt of lightning streak out from her hand, going through Gooseneck and Corncob. Make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, God.
It
And I don't
sparks
think I have it.
through you, blows
Natural
a
20.
bit of the wall behind away, and singes trees 100 feet out.
I got
Oh,
a,
man.
Natural 20
I got a
from...
14.
Natural
Okay.
20.
So, let's see here. 14. You both saved. You're going to take half damage from this lightning bolt.
Oh.
And it is, I mean, just the scent in the air.
Smells like
Yes.
burned lizard and dwarf. Ew.
I have these Reaper, I'm going to have to mix some of these Reaper dice with my normal dice because it's a pretty
If
big
you need more
roll.
dice, that's wonderful.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ow.
It is
Wow.
pretty big.
What a
so
day to give up healing
we're gonna-
spells.
1, 2, 3.
man.
Let's see what I roll here.
Oh, this is not good, kid.
No, this is she
He's
moved.
increasing the drama. And Frankie's worried. He's whining.
Here we go.
I
Pugh
don't
is
see
worried. He's whining.
I don't see a fried condition.
I hear it tastes like chicken.
Oh,
my
oh,
God.
a hoarding.
No, you're going to take half of it, not all of it. But it's
Oh,
not
good.
going to
That'll
begin.
help.
10.
Hey, this looks like my kind of spell. Where do I get it?
So it's 24 points of damage. You take half because you saved, both of you. You take 12 points of damage, lightning damage
All right.
each, as this thing erupts beside you, or through you, raising, if you have hair, the hair on your head and blasting bits of wall behind you.
Roasted lizard. Smells good.
And is this a,
I'll be right back.
okay. She's a little surprised that you didn't just drop in that, and obviously disappointed. Fathom, it's your turn.
All right. Mortal touch.
Poke her with that magic
More
dagger.
sucking.
So it didn't hit a 17, I'm guessing.
It did not. 12.
Okay. You were in a good place
we
not
gotta-
to get
we're-
struck.
Yeah, we got to get that dagger up there somehow.
It is Gooseneck's turn. Gooseneck?
Oh, well, I'm gonna whack her. That really made me mad.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got a 2 + 4, 6. I guess
No.
I wasn't mad. I'm still shaking from the zap.
She ducks under that strike. And I guess does not get affected by it. So we have, after Gooseneck, we have Pugil.
Ah.
Come on, take her out, Pooji.
I guess I will just shoot her in the back again.
Yeah, it's not quite in the back now, but it's still from quite a ways away.
Well, no, I'm not going to do it with a 11.
No, it
So-
sort of strikes in between you.
Did anybody else notice the pomegranate tree attacking?
No, only Abron, and he didn't say
beside-
anything.
Oh, okay. So just Abron knows.
Thanks, Abron.
It is Abron's turn, in
Well-
fact.
All right. Hey guys.
I'm going to just start
Pomegranate
naming
tree
my
tried to
characters
attack
Lightning Rod.
Hey, I'm gonna hit her, plug her with another arrow.
Okay.
I'm going to miss her with another arrow. Well, I rolled a 14.
Yeah, it
That miss?
shoots wide.
Okay.
Ivan, it's you out there behind the
Well,
wall.
yeah. What can I? Do I still have a line of sight on her from there?
Oh yeah, she's right in front, right on the other side of the wall. You could reach out
Oh,
and touch
I
her.
was. Never mind. I was thinking I was on the opposite side over there. You're right. Well then, I guess firebolt it is.
Okay.
Give it the old try here.
She's
I
a
got
door. She's a door.
She's 13.
13. She's not a door. It didn't stick in your head. It flies wide.
Oh boy. Did it hit the pomegranate tree?
It did not because of your angle. It hit the house though,
Oh, good. Good.
and the
I'll take
house
that.
trembles.
That's what I was looking for. Now I feel better.
Corn cob, it's your turn.
Oh, good. I'll do the same thing, or same attempt.
You're gonna go up to her.
How far away is she?
She moved a good 15 feet away.
I can't move and strike twice, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. So I got a 10, which is no good, and then I got a 20
That's
plus
a
2,
natural
22.
20?
Yep.
That's double the damage dice.
Yes, double the damage side.
Is it? So it's 2d6 plus 4?
Yep.
Oh, good. 9 plus 4 is 13.
Okay. She did not fall yet.
God dang,
He
son of a bitch, tough
takes
witches.
She seems to be pretty tough. It is her turn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys are doing, but I'm getting low. I'm half my hit points.
Yeah, I'm a little more than half.
That's nothing.
So
I've been down to just tiny fragments twice already. No big deal.
If I get hit by another lightning bolt, I'm dead. It's out. It's
Yeah.
out.
You watch as she disappears. She just murmurs, her lips move, murmurs a few words, and disappears from your sight. Defeated, you could say. But maybe,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
not over yet.
That's a good position for us to take. Oh, we've killed the witch, everybody. Turned into a pile of salt or some shit like that.
Can we make a perception check?
Fathom, it's your turn though, Fathom. On your turns, you will be able to. I'm not pulling out around yet, just in case.
Okay.
It's okay, Frank.
So I can use thaumaturgy to
Frank,
cause harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. So I want to see if I can spook her out.
Okay. So you have
Give us some clue of where she is.
All right. It sort of trembles. The ground trembles a little bit. What's the range? What's the area of
lady,
effect
maybe she's
of
not
that?
very dexterous. 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Yeah. So the ground, the red tree, sort of trembles a little bit in front of you. Little bits of apricot-looking fruit plop off onto the ground. Some cherries fall, but she does not seem to be part of what's going. She doesn't seem to be impacted by it. Let's see. So, thaumaturgy. Not thaumaturgy, but okay. But you know it worked in the area around you. Gooseneck.
Well, I'd like to make a perception check and see if I can see any movement or anything that. I don't think I got it. 4 plus 3, 7.
You do not see any movement or notice any footprints. You're looking around. You don't see her in front of you. It's as though she vanished. Pugh.
I'm going to take the female goat and take her and the male goat back to the pen.
Would you quit playing with the goats?
Yeah,
Oh,
she goes with
what do
you.
you want me to do?
Fight? Contribute?
I shoot
Play your
Abram.
sham. Play your war sham.
Yeah, do something
I play-
useful.
I'm saving the innocents, you low life
cares?
elf.
They're goats.
That's fine.
They're people goats.
I save the goats and shoot the elf.
How many gnome goat herds have you ever heard of? I guess we got one right here.
The goats, you're able to gather them up and pull them around back to the pen. As you do, however, you notice that the house is, you see a seam that wasn't quite there in between the lean-to on the back and the house anymore, and the house actually looks a little bit
Like it's growing chicken legs?
partially insubstantial, but no, not like it's growing chicken legs. Not yet. I mean, not.
Not
so
yet.
It's kind of getting.
It just
The
looks
entire building is getting
Yeah.
dimmer, or just that back part.
No, it's the entire building, and you can, from your angle back here, having a different view of it, I think it probably stands out a little more than to the people in the front. That does not include the goat lean-to, though.
Just the house.
Just the house.
And do I have any other actions I could take, or
No,
goat
that would be
herding?
it. Just goat herding was a lot to get them back here safely. Okay. Abram, it's your time. Your turn. You've noticed she's disappeared. Pugil saved the goats.
Thanks, Pugil.
I'm rolling perception to see if I could have seen her when she disappeared.
Okay.
And I got 18.
You don't. You also do not notice any tracks as you look around. You don't see any strange variations in the air. It's as though she vanished somehow.
Okay.
It's in the house.
Yeah.
And Ivan, it's your turn.
Well, can I? I can't cast detect magic because that's actually a spell slot. So,
If you
yes,
have a
can
spell
I do
slot.
it? I do not. I do not.
Okay.
I use them all. We're drained at this
You
point.
can
We're down to
suggest that
cantrip.
your friend try casting it.
Hey, Fathom. You got any spell slots for detect magic? I'm kind of out.
I don't need spell slots for detect magic.
Oh,
I can
well, look at
detect all
you.
day long.
She's a
All right.
warlock.
Detect away, Fathom. I guess in the interim, I will perceive. I'll try a perception check as well, or something like that,
Okay,
to see
go for
to
it.
make sure. All right. 19 plus. Let's see here. Let me find it. Perception. 21.
21. So it barely, just for a moment, it seems like the door on the hut moved. Like you just caught it as like the end of it closing or something. But it was at the corner of your eye, maybe not 100% sure, but you saw something happen at the door of the hut.
Do I still have any spell actions? Can I cast a spell?
A bonus action spell, you could.
I got
okay.
2 vials of really flammable oil.
That's where I was going.
Burn
But
the
I don't
that's
know what you've
it.
seen yet.
Is that it
If
for
I
now
don't
then,
have any-
Ivan?
Yes, that is it.
Okay. Corn cob.
I'm getting out my 2 vials of extremely flammable oil.
All right. Yep, you've reached in, pulled them out.
I'm thinking that we're gonna have to burn this house down. It went in potential for a minute. What are you laughing about,
Suicide
Odor?
and flaming vandalism.
All right. So do you toss them? I guess you wouldn't necessarily have time this time around. You got them out. You
I'm
got them
just
ready.
getting them out and
Yeah.
kind of asking people near me, do you think it's time to burn? I'm not a smart man. So do you think it's time to burn this up? I've got like an 8.
Why don't we search the house?
So it
Because she's in there.
if
You're
that's
going
the
there.
if that's the end of your turn, then
It's the end of my turn. I yield.
Let's go in the house.
then on her turn, the house slides across the ground violently at a massively quick clip of speed. It breaks through not brick, but stone wall. Let me illustrate what's going on.
So it's a mobile home. Great. Great. A mobile
Yeah.
home in a swamp.
It just
This
sort
is
of
fantastic.
rips across this way,
And there's some goats.
trashes
Does it
down.
Kill the goats.
Does he squash the gnome? Screw the goats! The gnome's in the way.
No, it's
and moves out this way,
Save the goats.
leaving
Save the goats.
leaving Pugh back there with the goats, just
What's
looking
your
up.
saving throw against houses, usual?
I don't have a house saving throw. Oh my god.
Well, no, it didn't. It didn't take the goat pen with it. It just sort of moved, and it moved quickly, quicker than you could run after. You could still pop some shots after it with a bow or something, but it's
Flaming
moved,
arrow, flaming arrow.
It's moved at least
I don't
100
have
feet
that.
away.
I want that.
Wow.
I got flaming stuff. Can't we wrap something around one of your arrows real
Quick,
quick?
Ivan, shoot the doors.
It is Fathom's turn.
Fireball, fireball.
I don't have fireball. I do. The chill touch
Okay.
has 120
You could
range, so I
chill
could
touch
give that
the
a shot.
house if chill touch allows you to target something other than a creature, or maybe the creatures. The house is a creature. You could.
It says a creature.
Well, you could certainly try to see if it is a creature.
It's moving, so
you don't
it's
know
worth
that
a
it's
shot.
not a creature.
Uh-huh. So you target, you cast. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
But sadly, I only rolled an 8. So it's
Ah.
a really big house, though.
It is big, and that
How
seems
do I
like it
miss
would
it?
be. Your claw sort of reaches on and grabs a tile of the house
Inside
that
of a
rips
barn
off
door?
of it as it's moving. So you've ripped a tile of the house off the top. Roll your damage roll.
8. Yeah, just 8.
Okay.
Can I use my bonus action to check the dagger again?
Yeah, sure. It is not pointed the direction the house is running. It is still pointed where it was before, just balanced nicely and off. Now it's sort of diagonally in between the way the house went and to the back of the yard, towards the mountains. Gooseneck.
Fly, fly.
But the house is gone at this point, right?
It's 100 feet away, so
There's yeah.
It's a bow
There's
shot.
no way.
It's a bow shot.
I don't have a bow. I'm just gonna shrug, kind of eye the goats like I'm hungry.
Kill the tree. Kill the tree.
Well, but we don't know anything about the tree. Only Abran
Yep.
knows about the tree. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look around and maybe examine the area where the house was.
Okay. So go up there and make a perception or an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah.
10.
There is this sort of implies just by the way the soil is around it that the structure has been here for quite a while. The wood pile has got spider webs that have broken off from where the house was at. The stone steps lead up and just disappear into the air. They were built there for it, so it was here a while and suddenly is gone. But with a perception of 10, that's really all you notice. Okay, Pugil.
I guess I'll shoot at the doggone house.
Okay.
Oh, for Pete's sake. 9.
9. It does sort of chip a tile as it bounces off the roof of the house. Roll your damage.
3.
All right.
Oh, 4. I'm sorry, 4. It's 3 plus 1.
Okay.
I'm a quarrel waster.
Abram. You've never seen a house
He
do this
disappeared.
before. Okay, we'll run over Habron for a moment and we'll say Ivan.
I'm back.
Oh,
back.
okay,
I'm here.
Habron.
So is the house continuing to move, or did it?
It
stop
is
at 100
continuing
feet
to
away?
move, but it's only 100. It's 100 feet away now, and will be 200 feet
Yeah.
away after its next turn.
I
Hail
don't
of
see why
thorns.
it's
Show
an
up that
arrow.
oil.
Hail of thorns. Hail of thorns. Hail of thorns. Hail of thorns.
Who's saying
Okay,
that?
I'll
Where's
try
that disembodied
Hail of
voice
Thorns
coming
on the
from?
house.
You're gonna
Hail
hail
of
of thorns
thorns.
and attack the house.
So yeah, I rolled a 13 plus 8, so 21.
You definitely struck the
9
house.
points of
Plus
9
8.
points of damage on the house. And then the spell Hail of Thorns, nobody's around.
Nope.
So I roll a d10 because it's not a very dexterous house, I'm assuming.
Nope.
It's dexterous enough to run away through the swamp. What are you talking about?
It's
Yeah,
quick. That's
in a
for
way,
sure.
it's pretty dexterous, but yeah.
Yeah, four more points of damage with Hail
Okay.
of Thorns.
All right.
I don't know what good that did, but the stupid gnome was
I know
yelling at me.
exactly what good it did. It did 4 points of good.
Ivan, it's your turn.
Let's see here. It's 120 feet for. No, I'm sorry. It's 120 feet for firebolt. Is the house within that much?
Just
Or
within
is it
that
further
for
away?
you. It's 100. It's
Okay.
to you. It's 120 feet away. Yeah.
Focus
Okay,
on the
perfect.
door.
It's your
Focus on the
preferred
door.
prey.
This is your
Get it.
exactly.
Get
You
it.
should
Yeah,
get some sort of
You
advantage.
should be
This is
rolling
my
a
time to
natural
shine.
20.
This is my time to shine. Yeah, I'm gonna aim for like whatever wooden portion I can to try to set it on fire.
All right.
All right, and I rolled a 17.
That hits it. Phew. Do your damage.
Okay. Oh. We got 10.
10. Okay. A bit of
And
the
damage.
eave. A bit of the eave sort of lights up on fire. And you can see it. See it.
I would like to know Ivan's backstory with why he hates wooden doors so
I don't know.
much.
He's really good at attacking them, though. Corncob,
What
it's your turn.
What did they ever do to you, Ivan?
I'm going to quickly ask Abram for one of his arrows,
Abram?
There you go.
and I'm going to
Here's an
tear
arrow.
a strip of cloth from whatever robe I'm wearing and soak it in oil and wrap it around the head of the arrow.
Okay.
If I have time, I'll light it. Otherwise, I'll hand Abram the materials to light it on fire.
I think you probably have enough time to get all that part of it done, and that's about it. And then you hand
Okay.
Abram the materials. Okay. All right.
Can I fire another lit arrow then?
Not yet. On your turn,
Okay.
you could, though.
It's only going to be 200 feet away, though, so you should be able to hit that.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
moves.
should be able to.
It moves again another 100 feet. And
So being a ranger and everything,
Is it-
that's nothing,
Is
right?
it sliding?
it appears as though it's sliding
Is it
With a
leaving a
slight-
giant track?
with a slight bob. No, not really. It sort of plows through the muck and mire, and it's sort of waking out around
Ah, it's a witch brand hover home.
it.
Is it knocking down trees and shrubbery?
It's
It is
taking
too
down.
fast for us to follow.
It is taking down shrubbery and all kinds of stuff. It is too fast to
We
chase after.
We should
yeah.
be able to see the
We need to
swath
project
that
more
it's leaving
fire onto
behind,
it.
though, right?
It
We
is.
should be able to.
We should be
track
able to
it.
follow it.
It wouldn't be hard to track this. Fathom, it is your
I
turn.
say we should probably start tracking it, guys.
So we're literally
Track
running
it.
through
Oh.
the swamp with torches
house,
to
get
light
the
this thing
house.
on.
Can I switch to my crossbow, which has a longer range? in brackets at least.
Yeah, you could just if you're willing to drop whatever weapon you're carrying, you could pick up the crossbow and have the longer range. The longer range in brackets.
Yeah, I had a quarterstaff which I hadn't used.
Yeah. So just drop it, pull the crossbow. It's disadvantaged for your attack at this range, but you can still hit it, I think.
Okay. Give it a shot. No, that would be a 1.
Okay.
No.
No, it does miss. Gooseneck. This house is 200 feet from you and moving.
I say let's run after it. I don't know about you guys, but we should probably run after it.
Okay.
Run and throw
What do you
fire
think?
at it.
Pugil.
I'm going to make sure the goats are secured in the pen and chase the house.
Okay. So, because I just mathematically know the outcome of this,
We will
need
never
to
catch the house.
We need to stop here. You are going to be able to track the house, but you won't be able to run it down.
Okay.
So we stop and say maybe we just should take a break and make camp and.
Well, you could even run after the house, but it's always gonna move out in front of you until it's come to rest somewhere.
I want to know what happens
the
with weird trees.
Yeah, upon the discussion of the camp, I'm like, hey guys, that little pomegranate tree.
I have no
tried to
spells.
grab
I'm
me.
down half my hit points. I still don't know about the pomegranate Cthulhu tree.
No, he's telling you.
He told you.
No, I'm telling you that. Yeah, I'm telling you that as I was fighting the witch and stepped near the tree, that it tried to grab me.
Okay, so
Not
we're
a
with
good one.
rounds, and now we have the leisure to say
Yes.
whatever we're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and something's
So-
weird about this tree too.
So maybe
Can I
we should
fire
Can you
camp
ask-
away from the
Before
tree.
Can you
the house
ask
goes
Mary
away.
and Mark to kind of look out for if the trees start to move for us?
I'll ask the goats. Is there something weird
Yeah.
about these trees?
Oh, don't eat their fruit.
Don't eat their fruit. Do they have any? What are the consequences of eating their fruit? Do you turn into goats?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. Oh, are there?
Well, I'm glad I didn't eat that
her
one.
burned.
You
Her
turn
burnt
into
tray.
biscuits. What?
Her burned
Yeah,
tray.
otherwise I ate the last set of adventures.
Are there any of the biscuits left scattered on the ground?
There are some biscuits scattered on the ground.
Let's collect those. I'll collect those.
So as you're going through and realizing the communication level that a goat might have, it's not necessarily a one-to-one. The biscuits are people. It's more like an ingredient to biscuits.
And what impression do I get from them about the trees? Are they afraid of the trees, or
They are afraid of the trees. They do not go near the trees.
Okay.
Is the tree still all moist?
It is. It seems to be. And now that you have some real time to look at it without having to keep another eye on what's going on the rest of it, it looks like it's bleeding.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, that's
Let's
fine.
chop them suckers down.
Fireball 'em.
We
What if they're transformed
Hold on,
things,
what-
though? If it's
one
bleeding,
tried to
what if
I was
it's
about
a
to say.
transformed person?
You know
what
what?
if the
The
tree
goats
is
didn't
people
attack
as
us.
well?
The goats
Usually
did not
Did it
attack.
seem like?
Okay.
Did it seem like? I'm going to ask Abram if that tentacle did that come out of the pomegranate itself that was hanging on the tree, or
It
I
seemed
missed the
to
whole.
stretch out from the pomegranate, if I remember correctly.
You remember correctly.
Okay.
I'm going to go down because everybody has something they definitely want to get off. I'm going to start from the left. Bobby, was there something you wanted to say or mention?
I said, let's chop these suckers down.
Okay, Bobby's going for chop. Gene, is there something?
I say let's steer clear of the trees. Let's just leave them behind.
Okay, Jason?
How big an area is the center of the area the house occupied? And how far away from the tree? Excuse me. How far away from the tree?
The house itself was like 20 feet by 20 feet and was 15 foot to the closest tree. The other trees are like 30 feet away from the house.
Well, I don't have an axe. My tendency would be to stay in the very middle of this fenced off area, and maybe even try to pull those fences back up.
Okay,
and
Michael,
take a rest.
What is it you'd like to?
I agree. If we're going to stay here, we should set up camp in the middle, maybe repair some of the walls, stay away from the trees. I'm a little hesitant to chop down the trees because we don't know what they could be, somebody transformed or not.
Right. Rhonda?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are
that
no
is
goats.
also my concern because she has a big habit of changing things into other things. But if we go to where that center area is, let's make sure we like check the wood pile and the steps and make sure there's no surprises.
Okay. Justin?
I agree. I think that the trees could be people or whatever. But actually, I want to cast Mage Hand as a cantrip, and I want to pluck one of the pomegranates off the tree that attacked Proctor and see if it attacks my Mage Hand, essentially.
Okay.
Abran.
Abran. It attacked Abran, yeah. All right, so
Abran.
let me go.
The abs and Abran.
Let me first go. Pugh, Joel, did they dissuade you from wanting to chop down the tree after their talk about it?
I will defer the party.
Okay. So you've checked the center, you've checked around. It seems fairly safe in the center area. You're kind of keeping the trees at a distance, and as you use Mage Hand to pull the fruit, as soon as you pluck the fruit from the tree, it seems to rot in the Mage Hand. It rots, sort of drips out of the Mage Hand. It's almost like it's infested with maggots and fairly unpleasant things.
Okay.
Nature
Can I use the
Boy
Mage Hand
said each tree need to die.
Can I use the Mage Hand to collect like a sample of what you said would seem to be look like blood, like on that we could inspect closer?
Yeah, so that tree is a little different than the other two in a lot of ways. It does seem a lot like blood even afterwards, and the fruit does come off of it without rotting.
Which one is that? The orange one?
Yeah, the bright red orange one.
Okay.
What were you saying, Jason?
Oh, I would like to try to turn undead on the pomegranate tree.
Okay.
Just because I don't know what else to do.
You invoke your deity's name. The tree does not act as though it's undead in any way, necessarily.
Okay, so it's not an undead tree.
Yep. You work a little bit with the walls and goats to sort of make a semblance of structure where it's safe, and that's where we'll end the game for now.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Before we rest and
Yes.
my speak to animals fades,
Yes.
is there anything else I can get from the goats about the trees? Have the trees hurt the goats? Anything other than don't eat the fruit?
The goats are afraid of the trees, so the goat goes, guards.
And the trees are all the same to them?
It's hard to tell with goat logic. They kind of keep away from all of them. But they've seen.
Is there an axe by the wood pile?
They've seen them actually like reach out and attack intruding live things.
So
Is there an axe anywhere?
There is an axe by the woodpile.
Okay, so we do have an
down
axe if that becomes necessary. I don't have anything that's close to an axe for chopping anything down or even cutting a limb off.
All I got is a shawm,
I
and you're not
mean-
going to cut down a tree with a shawm.
I
Well,
guess
we
I'd be
have
okay with
access
just
to an
saving
axe if
the
we
red
have.
tree.
Okay.
Well, I don't. I'm not relishing the idea of chopping them down anyway. I'm just saying we do have an axe because I don't think we had one that we brought one with us.
Evil tree
But if we
lover.
need to, we
So-
can start chopping.
So we're setting up camp and taking
Seems
care
like
of our
it.
wounds, taking care of taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should seal up that gateway too.
You could seal it up with wood from the wood pile, put the pile against it, for
Yep.
example.
Yep. I'd like to make a secure perimeter or at least a barrier.
Okay. No problem. Wow. So you will all get 300 experience points from that encounter.
All right.
Awesome.
And when we come back, we'll do our long rest, and you'll be long rested. I like to make sure you get your long rest if possible at all at the game. You did run off this old lady. I don't want to say it's the witch, but you did run her off. You succeeded in your encounter with her for sure.
You scared
Well,
a witch.
other than the kids are still wrath.
Well, yeah, there's still that.
Yeah, I know.
And
But
the
you
rogue's
definitely
still good.
know the way the house went.
Good.
So everybody out there watching, I guess I'll stop paying attention to the game for a moment to say hi to you and to thank you for watching. And I will let Justin cover any Reaper schedule when we get to Justin's side of it. And I will say my bit, and I'll let everybody say their bit. We'll put a tail on there with Justin on the end. I will say my name is Frank. I am from Nightheart Gaming. You can find us at twitch.tv/nightheartgaming. We have a game tomorrow. Begins at 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And thank you for joining us today for this D&D game. I liked the mildly creepy element. I love playing with everybody. Thank you so much for all the players. But I'll let the players say whatever they want to plug or about themselves or hi to anybody or whatever. And we'll start with Bobby.
That was great fun. If we got 300 experience points, that's going to put Pugh to level 3.
Yeah, I think that should level up
Me too.
everybody.
Okay, good
Oh,
deal.
wow.
Very exciting. So level 3 critters will be tracking a house through the swamp.
Yes. That is where we will begin next time at level 3.
Very good.
Awesome.
That was great fun.
Thank you. Gene.
Thank you, Frank. I had a great time too, and lots of fun as always. I do have somebody I want to pimp. It is Cedar Hill Woodworking on Etsy. I just ordered, no sponsor, no relationship. I ordered a little dice tray from him, and it's an amazing piece of work and very reasonably priced. If you need a dice tray, check him out. Cedar Hill Woodworking.
Awesome.
So,
did you have the dice tray to show?
I do. It's a paddock. Is that how you say it? Dice tray. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
that.
pretty.
Let's see if I can get
Yeah.
that.
That's gorgeous wood.
Is that? Whoops, wrong one.
Thank you.
Wrong one.
Oh,
I'll get it. Doggone it. Where is everybody? I don't know. I'm
Everybody
completely lost.
man, there's only one left.
No dice tray for you.
I tried.
That's okay.
Oh, that's
Hey,
funny.
check it out if you can. Cedar Hill Woodworking. Good. Very reasonable. Very reasonable.
You think you can get me a tray?
Jason.
Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you understand we're having such a great time doing this. Thanks again, Frank. Thanks to all my companions. I look forward to this every couple of weeks. Everybody keep up the good work and be safe.
Michael.
I had a great time tonight. A great party, great adventuring party. Everyone, with the exception of one, is just so engaged in the party, and trying to help out and contribute and kill the witch. I don't know why one was off playing with goats during the time we were trying to wipe out this all-powerful witch. Oh, let's go tend the goats. Let's make sure the goats are safe. Let's not kill this witch. Maybe we'll during our camping session we'll work on our team building skills for the next time. But no, I had a great time.
You know what? Let me recommend
It's
you
possible the
two
goat will
words.
help us defeat the
Two
witch.
words.
Hey,
Google
DM, can you
empathy
mute
and
people, please? Because this is my time to talk. He had his time to
empathy
talk.
and conscience. That's your homework.
You wanted to
What's
kill
your
the dang
empathy
trees.
and conscience?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're killing trees.
You can't
tree
get
killer.
to those with your safe search on.
All right.
I'm killing
But
corrupt and
anyways.
evil trees.
All right. So, Crow's Nest every Tuesday, 4 Central. Please come and check Justin and I out.
If
I
you want
gotta
to see
go.
people get run over by the bus, it's the show to watch.
Yeah, and watch Bobby Troll, everybody. There we go.
All right.
That
Rhonda.
is true.
Thank you, Frank, and everyone for a great time, and all of you for watching. I don't know why you watch us, but I'm glad that you do. I don't have a show to pimp, but if you enjoy painting tips of miniatures, I have a blog at birdwithabrush.com.
Birdwithabrush.com. Thank you. Justin, you wrap it up.
Well, not much other than make sure to tune in for our channel. During the week, we do all kinds of shows, like Proctor was saying. We have his on Tuesdays. But the next show for us will be Monday morning at 11:30 Central with Ann. I would say the whole schedule, but that might take a minute. But it's at the bottom of the stream. And if you guys are ever curious, stop by, hit us with a follow because those are free and they're easy, and it'll let you know when we go online, so that you can catch stuff like this all week long. Well, in this case, it's every 2 weeks, but
Almost
yes,
always.
almost
Thank you,
always.
Justin. And are we rating somebody tonight or no?
Yes, we will actually. Let me see. Whilst I was waiting for the bickering to go on from Bobby and Proctor. Let's see. What do we have here? Ooh, Wapple is streaming. So why don't we raid Wapple?
Yeah. Talk
Are
about
we?
painting
Are we?
miniatures.
We're long resting.
You are going to be long rested when we get back. Yes.
Okay.
All
Bobby,
right.
are you going to pimp your goatswithaconscience.com website?
No,
Oh,
it would
boy.
be lost on you losers. Unconscious.
All right. Well, there goes the raid.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
That was fun, Frank. Thank you very much.
That was fun. Thanks so
It
much.
was a blast.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank you, Frank.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you,
Frank.
thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Keep being awesome, and we love you guys. See you later.
All right.
See you
We'll
later.
see you guys.